Hi, friends, and welcome to Talking with Famous People. In a little while, we're going to do some present opening, and we are going to do some looking through a book of Rachel's childhood and other Christmas-themed things.
Maybe a Christmas tarot read with a feminist deck.
It's possible. Maybe a Christmas song.
Ooh, maybe a Christmas song.
So, if you're here for Christmas-themed activities, well, ladies and gentlemen, you're in the right place. Because this is a very Talking with Famous People Christmas. We're gonna take a little time though to let others join us in the holiday festivities here in the live stream
right away.
before we just jump right into the holly jolliness. You can't go straight into holly jolly. You have to start with a little bit of Little Town of Bethlehem before you work your way up into holly jolly.
I'll let you take that one over because I don't know the words to that.
I'm not even talking about the songs. I'm just talking about the mood. The extent you can measure your Yuletide mood in degrees of jolliness, and you can measure degrees of jolliness in terms of songs and their respective jolliness.
Ooh, okay.
So you begin with something like Little Town of Bethlehem or Silent Night.
Yeah.
Right. You work your way up to holly jolly.
Yes.
You're gonna make me famous. Thank you, Email Anthrax.
Thank you. Yeah.
I appreciate that. Please
Merry
do
Christmas.
so. Is that my Christmas gift?
Where did I put my?
That's the best Christmas gift of all.
Oh, there it is.
That would really be great if you could make me famous.
Could you make me a joy?
Sure, I can.
Oh.
You just pull his phone up first.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Did anyone see Ghost last night?
What's it on TV? The movie Ghost.
That movie? Well, I was kind of asking because
But you see a ghost.
Yeah, a ghost.
Oh, I thought you
not
said
the movie.
Did you see the movie Ghost last night?
No, did anyone see a ghost?
Did anybody see the movie Ghost last night? Also,
That also, right.
Either
I
question,
completely agree with that as well.
I was thinking when you asked that question that maybe Ghost was a holiday traditional movie for some reason.
Oh, well, it's on the
It
same
doesn't have Whoopi
subject.
Goldberg.
On the same subject of holiday movies, I saw that Mbti had a this or that choice between movies, and one of them was Home Alone versus Christmas Nightmare Before Christmas, and I feel like Christmas movie. And I have to agree. I voted with I have to disagree with what they came out with. Home Alone was over Nightmare Before Christmas, but I guess
That's crazy.
I know. Isn't that? Thank you. I thought the same thing. I was like, that is not true.
So I only had one moment to get famous, and it's passed already. Damn. I didn't even know it was that moment. I was ready to put on my Eminem song. It says, I got one chance. Do not miss my chance to blow. As soon as I discovered it, before I realized that this was going to be my one chance, I was going to play that song. And it came and went without me even noticing. That is so sad. Did you tell your mom we're live streaming yet? What?
Why does your name have on?
What?
It has my name on everything, but I don't know why yours not.
My name's on this one.
Okay.
Rachel
And Eric. Got it.
So did you tell your mom that we're going to open her gift soon?
No, let's do it.
Why don't you do that and give her a few minutes to join the live stream if she wants to.
Okay.
Merry Christmas, Joshua Ozigby.
Merry Christmas.
It is my firmest intention and hope that this will prove to be a battle-free live stream, given that it's Christmas, right? Typically, of late, there's been some battles in some of the live streams. But, you know, one of the messages of Christmas is a message of peace. So let's try to embrace that message today. Rachel has asked me to roll her a Christmas joint. Everything today gets the word Christmas in front of it.
Yeah.
Hi,
Merry
Hambone.
Christmas, Hambone.
You know, I talked to Hambone last night on the phone, Rachel.
Oh, did you?
After you were in bed, he called. I was
Oh.
in bed but not yet asleep. So I said, answer the phone. And we had a nice chat.
That's so nice. I'm glad. I'm very happy to hear that. And peace be with you as well, Hambone. It's nice to have a chat with friends.
It is. I want to show you guys something pretty cool. These rolling papers, they're magnetized. Isn't that neat?
That really is. It's so simple.
But it's nice. It's like your rolling paper package closes.
Mm-hmm. That is an issue with rolling papers.
Mm-hmm.
So did anyone get coal?
Yeah, any coal recipients in
Yeah.
the mix? That's a good question. Any coal recipients in the
Gotta
mix?
I had a very good Christmas. I have my new phone, which
Oh yeah, show everybody your new phone. Rachel's
Yeah.
dad she was like, she's on a family plan with her dad and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I was gonna say, well, let's talk to your dad, and rather than try to get it all switched over to my plan or whatever, let's just see if we can pay him to do the upgrade for your phone. Well, he just decided to do it out of the goodness of his heart for Christmas. So that was very kind of him.
Mm-hmm. Very kind. And I'm so very, very happy. This is the colors, it's called Pacific Blue. It looks like it matches my hair. It doesn't match my hair, but
That's called Pacific Blue?
yeah.
What do we call that? Yeah, I guess I can see why it's called Pacific Blue. It's kind of a darkish, cobalty, grayish
Like
blue.
aqua.
Yeah, it looks different with a little bit different with the light on it than without the sun on it.
I like it.
I like it a lot. It's very attractive.
Thank you. I felt like being different. Or I felt like getting what I wanted, really, which is, once I was like, ooh, the Pacific Blue, I'll take that one, please.
Hambone, look, the fact is, once you received it, you realized that was exactly what you wanted. You didn't know you had wanted it, but Iron Man themed body wash was indeed the number one item on your list.
Doy.
I mean,
I saw your list too, because Santa asks, he checks it twice. I do it the third time.
she's a third checker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Little
She's
known
Santa,
fact.
Santa Claus's extra checker.
Mm-hmm.
She does a pretty half-assed job of checking, but still, it's
Yeah,
better
it's
than
typical.
none at all, right?
But again, your name was not there.
So, Delilah's coming over later, and we're gonna give her cash because
Yeah.
I don't know what to get her.
And then yesterday or the day before was, you got me all the nice stuff at Ulta. I was very,
Oh, right.
yeah, it was very kind. I appreciated that.
Well, Iron Man has a very distinctive smell. He smells like charisma. Santa's obviously an ENFJ. He never rests. He doesn't need to rest. He's only thinking about other people. And he's always, the only thing that's not really ENFJ-ish about him, he checks on your past, but only for a duration of 1 year. You get a clean slate each year. So that's very ENFJ-ish too. He sort of officially relegates the past into a list for the last 1 year. It's kind of a SI workaround.
Honestly, INFJs are terrible with lists. We like to
No, but he's ENFJ.
Yeah, he's ENFJ. Yeah.
He's a little better with
Yeah,
lists.
he's ENFJ. They are better with lists.
He's got the double interface, right? You know, just like I got the double action, which is to say, I got the unconscious but and instrumental but pretty active 8-slot SE. Well, Santa has the unconscious, instrumental but pretty active 8-slot TE. The thing is, Hambone, what's going to surprise you is you're going to use that body wash for the first time. You're going to go out and some young thought's going to come up to you and say, hey, you smell like Iron Man.
Wow. You like rolled so much culture into one phrase.
Yeah.
That thought over there. I didn't know what thought meant until this year.
Yeah, it means that hoe over there. I didn't know either until this year. I think we probably learned at the same time.
Yeah. That's then.
Merry Christmas.
Winston's mom. To you and yours as well. Got some gifts from my mom. This says,
You know, I just want to Santa, Eric and C.S. Joseph both agree on Santa Claus is type. Oh, well, what do you know? It's Christmas, so Merry Christmas to C.S. Joseph.
Merry Christmas, C.S. Joseph. Merry Christmas, INP HD. Ooh.
Sorry, I auto-focused us away.
There you go.
We do not discuss thoughts on this holy day, on this Christian stream. Okay. Well, you know, I could to maximize the culture in there. When you use that body wash and you go out in the world, the young thought will say to you, dang, you have the dank smell of Iron Man. I hope you'll smash me in the Rari.
Yeah.
Right? Then you have a fully that's a fully cultured sentence.
It really is. So
You were confused when you first learned the term. I was like, you mean anything to do with thinking? No, not that kind of thought.
I didn't even know what it meant. I thought it was like a creature name.
Well, I deduced basically that it meant attractive young female from context. Yes. Okay, so I heard the first time I heard it used was by this guy named Pep-C, who was around the channel a few years ago. He's changed his name a few times. I don't remember what his current name is, but anyway, I heard him use the term, and I concluded that it meant attractive young female.
Aww.
But I didn't know it was. What is that called when each letter, like rave, racist against Vikings E. Like what are those things called when it's you say the word, but it's really the first letter of each of the words in the thing?
My sister would know.
I forget what that's called.
Me too.
It's not an anagram.
Ben, something with a V.
It's not an acronym. Thank you. It's an acronym, not an anagram. I that's what I always get messed up. I think it's an anagram. I say to myself, anagram? No, it's not an anagram. Merry Christmas, Raphael.
Merry Christmas.
Even you. Merry Christmas. Absolutely. It's Christmas. It's a day of peace. Peace and mutual tranquility. Even in World War II, the armies stopped fighting each other, or maybe it was World War I, and they had Christmas together, and then they went back to fighting each other the next day.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a cool story, huh? Kind of a weird story. It makes you realize, like logic has no place in this world.
I don't know how to speak Pig Latin, Winston's mom. I always wanted to, and I could never get it down.
I've mastered a dialect of Hog Latin, but I haven't quite gotten down Pig Latin yet.
I'm sure there's some similarities.
Not really. In Hog Latin, you just
Oh.
say everything the same, except you put oink after it.
Oh.
I
That's a good way
oink
of
like
remembering.
oink, you oink, for example. Okay, let's begin by looking at a couple of pictures from
Okay.
this book that Rachel received, which I have not seen yet. I've been not looking at it in anticipation of looking at it together with everybody here on the stream.
I got it for my 30th birthday. My mom opened up my treasure chest from when I was born to when I got my acceptance letter from college. So, we can you tell me. I think I was a weird looking baby. Not even gonna lie, like, you know.
Rachel, nobody thinks you're a weird looking baby. Is that a weird looking baby? It's just a normal looking baby. Yeah, I'm sure I could do it. My mom could speak Pig Latin, but
Your mom could?
yeah, it's like take out the first letter, so it's like iMac, like would be climb, iMac or something. So anyway, regardless, who cares about Pig Latin? It's boring. This dress must have been her first dress.
That was my baptism dress.
Oh, your baptism.
And my grandma describes it exactly the same way every single time.
You look so beautiful in your baptism dress.
Yes,
oh
she
God.
calls me darling in it, and I thought of you.
You look absolutely darling.
That's my grandmama, my great grandma. I think she was in the hospital when I was born. Family tree stuff. My dad and my mom.
Fomo hot, I agree with you. Cedric, I'm going to disagree with you. Fomo hot agrees with me. Very normal looking baby. Cedric Beachy
Thank you.
forgets
Thank
that
you.
it's Christmas, I guess, and says she's a very strange looking baby.
But I get... See,
your sister looks kind of...
No.
Which is you? Is this you?
See, no, this is my... Okay, here. We'll talk family now.
Okay.
This is me. This is me. This is my grandpa La Pelosa, my grandma La Pelosa, my grandma McCurgan, cousin Jessica, cousin Melissa, cousin Allison. They're sisters.
I thought this one was your sister.
They do look similar. Very similar. That's me at 2.
Rachel, your makeup choices here?
I did.
You're using too much rouge.
I think that too.
That's too much rouge, Rachel.
I think so too.
Yesterday evening, we had to sneak home and avoid police patrolling the riverbank for sneaky illegals. What kind of illegalities are there? These are some of the... I like Rachel's self-portrait from 1989. This is...
My self-portrait is
It looks exactly like her. Oh my God.
I'm glad that makes you laugh.
She still looks exactly the same. She has the same color hair. See?
Oh my gosh, me too.
It's illegal to go outside after 9 o'clock in Bavaria because of Rona. Are you serious? I don't want to get into it today. It's Christmas, but is coronavirus somehow extra powerful at nighttime?
Oh, that's more news to me.
Look at this.
Oh,
It's a big rainbow for mom.
Yeah. That's a trend throughout
Oh,
Soccer
looks like you played
years.
soccer. I played soccer as well. I was on
Did you?
ASYO soccer.
That's so cool.
I don't know. Let me see if I can pick you up. I need my glasses. Oh, that's cool. That sounds like fun, Raphael. I want to do that too. I want to go break those rules.
I break those rules too.
Is this you?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
me.
And is this you?
Yep.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, you got me.
Successfully. Look at
Okay, so this whole rainbow thing is a trend I seem to like to do. Yeah.
we've got a beautifully colored in cow and cat here. You can see.
It's like,
Oh yeah, Winston's mom, I bet.
see? Look again. I did it again here. I made the guy's suit a rainbow.
Mhm.
Like, these people I know are serious. You know, oops, right over here. Like, these guys, they're like,
They're serious
Yeah,
people.
they're super. This guy's like, he's like, I'm the guy who's fun.
And I'm pleased to see that Rachel has settled into kindergarten very nicely. She's beginning to show some uncertainty with the letter sounds and number work. We'll continue to work together.
My very generic sentences, because I did not like school.
You know what? Who did like school? They make you do shit like this. Tell us why you were thankful. Wait. Did I begin this conversation by saying I'm thankful? So why are you telling me to tell you why I'm thankful? Why are you framing it in this way? Why are you imposing these frames of reference on me?
And yes, my mom made these books. She put them together from our treasure chest that she had put together from when we were babies to when we were accepted into college. Oh my gosh, that was the perm I was telling you about.
Here we go.
This is me with the perm.
Now that's a look. I think you were too quick to abandon that look, Rachel. Okay.
I hated it.
That is remarkable.
Thank you.
And here's your, I guess.
Yeah,
Junior
look
high
this
class.
happy face. Wait, where am I? Right there. Happy face. I'm being sarcastic. I look so miserable.
Where are you? Yeah, you don't look very happy.
I'm like, ah.
My autobiography.
Isn't that cute?
Mm-hmm. Hi, my name is Rachel Apollosa. I was born January 16th. I have brown eyes and brown hair. I'm 9 years old. I like to ride my bike, rollerblade, and watch TV. I have 5 people in my family. Their names are Emily, Mike, Katie, Anthony, and me. My favorite fruits are peaches, bananas, and shrimps. My best friends are Shannon, Heather, Jenny, and Vivian. I hope you liked this story.
I didn't even draw those. My grandma drew those. I don't know.
Got a bunch of documents. This thing is
This
definitely
is
put together by
ESTJ.
ESTJ, right? It's got a bunch of documents, like her grades, her this document for same-day surgery,
Yeah.
the science fair thing, right? These are not even pictures of Rachel, right? They're documents. Talk
I
about
would rather have the pictures.
Talk
That's why
about
I
it.
was worried that, like,
Look at this.
that was 7th grade. I mean,
What
6th
an
grade.
ESTJ memory book. These aren't memories. These are symbols of milestones or something.
Oh my god. See, that's why when you said, there's going to be, like, ex-boyfriends there, I'm like, no, my mom doesn't care about that shit.
These are our plays they attended, I guess.
Yeah, that I attended specifically.
Okay.
Like, oh yeah, and I used to go to Beatle Fest. There was this like festival for Beatle fans, and I went there like with my dad as a kid. That's me. I was 15 going on 16.
Who's this?
My sister,
She looks
Kat.
just older than you.
I know. And Anthony. Anthony really wears glasses. He needed glasses since he was little. That's my sister, Kat. That's me.
The button-down
My
wife
mom,
beater is a bold
Dad.
choice. You know, I gotta say, that's not a choice I really consider, but I'm starting to think about it. Oh, it's not a wife beater. I thought it was a button-down wife beater because of the hand here.
Oh, that's so funny.
That would have been a bold choice.
That would have been a very bold choice.
Like a polo shirt wife beater? I'm thinking that might be the next trend.
I think so too.
It looks like that.
Wow, that
it?
is hysterical. Yes, it does.
Ah, good. More documents.
My first job.
For example,
Oh my god.
the liability document for Chuck E. Cheese's.
My first job.
That's
Even.
That's an important memory.
Yeah, and all the invites that I got from Sweet 16s. Oh my gosh, this poem is so major crap. I did not want to write this poem at all.
Leave your poem alone.
That I made in high. This was one of the only A's I got in my art class.
Pretty good.
Thank you. In college, I made that. And
Pretty good.
thanks.
Kat is her sister, meaning Catherine.
Yes, Catherine. She was also Katie Rose. for a
More
little bit.
documents. Wonderful.
I really wish there were more pictures. And then that's what I look like in high school.
Ooh la la.
I think we would have made a really cute young couple too. Like putting our pictures next to each other. And then my acceptance letter to Kutztown.
Did you tell your mom about that we're streaming with this right now?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, good. That's awesome. That's
Thank you.
That's hilarious that there's so many documents in there.
So many.
That's very it's very typical, you know?
Typical, I like that. That's a new thought.
Okay, so
Okay.
let's pull a bong rip.
Woo!
In between looking at things.
Oh, I have my joint.
But did I roll for you?
Yeah, I just didn't finish it.
Oh.
Saved it.
Did I roll you that joint yet? Is a very stoner question. It's like when you frequently ask questions like that, did I roll you that joint yet? You know you smoke a lot of weed. Okay.
Yes, The Way We Were. Yes, I have seen that. Katie, it was never not complicated. Oh yeah, I've seen that movie. And they even mention it in Sex and the City too. But I wanted to compliment. This is my mom's artwork, and I want to say it's very nice. My mom is an artist. She doesn't think she is, but I think she is. She makes more art than.
I gotta tell you, I actually used this for the first time yesterday. This one, and this thing is great.
I'm glad you like it.
This like croquis for mask is great. I also like what it says on it, which is a bunch of random positive words.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Wow, thanks. Goodness, thanks. Friend.
It just says like random unrelated positive words.
That's so ironic for
Friend,
you.
thanks, prayer,
Oh my
love,
gosh, it's so
give, friends, giving, health.
Thanks. I think
no.
you can go the other way too.
Oh yeah, I could go this way, I guess, if I wanted to be plain.
Yeah.
It's reversible.
Yeah, it's reversible.
This makes me look too much like I
Ooh,
work at a
doctor.
hospital.
Yeah.
I'll put this on next time I got to. Next time I got to examine Rachel.
Yeah. Yeah.
Goodbye, email Anthrax. You haven't made me famous
Bye.
yet.
What up?
Have you been silent all this time? Yeah, I think so.
Merry Christmas.
The answer to the question is yes, you have been silent all this time.
And it's been years since
My wife's boyfriend got me a PS5.
Yeah, that's so nice. A nice gift, PS5.
Yeah. Tara Reid gone wrong? Shocking. Tara Reid's pretty unreliable if you're looking at them to predict the future. I want to test my ex today, but I deleted Instagram and can't recover your account. Why do you want to test her? What does that mean? Are you going to give her some math problems? I love you just the way you are.
I used to have I was thinking about my high school picture, and I was happy with the way they turned out and stuff. But I don't know, people with their stupid opinions, they would be like, oh, you look so, better then and stuff, and I'd always be like, that's really fucked up.
I think you look best right now.
So do I.
You look happy. You look healthy.
Thank you. I do.
You look aglow with your native inherent glorious beauty.
Thank you. Thank you, baby. I love you.
I love you too, darling.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. You want to open this bag?
Should we open the
Let's
card?
open the bag first.
Ooh, we're breaking a rule.
Or are we supposed to open the card first? Let's open the bag first.
Yeah. Okay.
I think the bag has food in it, is why.
Okay.
I think it probably has cookies or something. So. Well, it's not food.
No.
What a practical gift. That's so nice. It's Carmex.
Yeah, I actually really do like that brand.
That's a very practical and wonderful gift. Thank you.
Thank you, Mom. And then there's also socks and nail polish. Thank
Socks
you,
and
Mom.
nail polish. Key thing there, Rachel, as far as TE goes, nail polish, then socks.
Oh, thank you for letting me know that, because sometimes I keep it confused.
Yeah, if you try to put on the yes chapstick, you try to put on it's Carmex.
Mm-hmm.
Try to put on the nail polish after you put the socks on. Won't work.
What do you think?
That's juicy.
Juicy?
Yeah, it's good.
It's yours. Okay.
Here we have an envelope we're opening.
Envelope.
Says to Eric and Rachel.
Ooh, Merry Christmas. My mom's design. Merry Christmas. I would like to give you your 1-year subscription to Netflix for one device. I hope you use it. Call me when you open this for the password. That's so nice.
That's fantastic. Thank you. We won't.
Thank you.
We won't ask you about the password on the live stream. We'll wait till after the live stream to do that.
Yeah, I prefer that. How about you open? Is there anything else in here? No, just the hand.
Okay. This one is for Rachel, but she wants me to open it.
Yeah. That one has food?
No,
Oh.
this is luminary lanterns. Floating LED candles. Oh. This looks interesting.
Yeah.
And you put it in there or what?
Over it? I don't
Let's
know.
see. I don't know. Let's look at the instructions. This is some TE here.
Yeah.
It's these things.
I'm glad you're here. I'm so glad that Eric is here.
Hi, Dad.
Hello.
Did you see the news?
No.
Someone blew up Nashville.
Someone blew up Nashville?
Yeah, check it out.
Okay.
By the way, you can smell this all the way over the other block.
What? You can smell marijuana?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. I mean, it's a good.
Maybe for the neighbors, I don't know.
That's a good smell for everybody in the neighborhood.
Share alike. Okay.
But
Pick
yeah.
up any one of the 201, 202, 203 major networks. Looks like a war zone.
It's terrible.
Wow.
I mean, this has been a year.
Sure has.
Yeah, man.
Evacuate now. There is a bomb. Witness recalls chilling warning before explosion in Nashville that damaged 20 buildings, injured 3. The FBI was leading an investigation Friday into an explosion that erupted in downtown early Christmas morning. An incident that rattled residents for miles and is being called intentional by authorities. Police were responding to reports of shots fired near 2nd Avenue when they saw a suspicious RV vehicle outside a nearby AT&T building. A significant explosion happened about 30 minutes later.
Looks like a war zone. Yeah. Blew up
It's
a
terrible.
good city block.
Wow.
I don't mean the whole block. I mean, it wasn't like a blockbuster, but both sides of the road. It's interesting. There was an analysis of the smoke, and if it's a certain gray, it's a certain kind of explosive. And But it looks like it was a suicide. Anyway, thought you might want to.
Wow.
But this is the incredibly interesting part.
Sorry?
This is the incredibly interesting part. The RV that parked, she said around 4:30 a.m. after multiple gunshot rounds, she heard a repeated warning that came from the RV parked outside the building. Evacuate now. There is a bomb. A bomb in this vehicle will explode. She remembers the recorded warning saying now.
Yeah.
Then she said a voice started a 15-minute countdown. Whoever did it gave fair warning, Williams said.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
That is strange.
Yeah, they were comparing it to the Oklahoma City with the McVeigh, whose objective was to kill as many as possible. This one, apparently the guy didn't, 6:30 in the morning on Christmas morning, I mean, who's up? And then he gives the warning 15 minutes before.
He fires a gun to wake people up first, then gives the warning.
Something, huh?
Yeah. I had the same interpretation as you, Winston's mom. And Winston's mom just said the gunshots woke everyone up. Then the recordings began. It was the gunshots, I think, that made everyone wake up. Warning shots so people.
Well, the
Listen.
latest is they found a body. They don't know where or who. Pretty well messed up. So they have the pathologists out to check it out. What a year. What a year. Okay.
I would call that the most interesting terrorist attack ever.
I don't even know.
Raphael, why is it not a terrorist attack? I mean, because it's not designed to induce terror? Okay, fair enough. I'd buy that. But by most conventional wisdom, a terrorist attack is actually an act of destructiveness that's designed to express some sort of position or political perspective or religious perspective. So it would suggest to me that since the person wanted to damage possibly the AT&T building, that it was some sort of political expression through violence. And even though it wasn't designed to terrorize, that's not really the conventional definition of the word terror now, you know.
Like, how does it sit?
Probably, yeah. Winston's mom, you're probably right. It's probably voice to text, you know. As it says, the voice on the recording sounded female. Well, yeah, a lot of the voice to text sound female.
That's cool, but like.
Also, if you put it in water, it lights up.
Yeah.
Because the water makes the connectivity between the two things.
Yeah.
That's a very clever idea. That's a very clever idea. Show the camera, Rachel. All right. So the way this thing works is LED candle. Now I get the concept of it. It's on the bottom got these two metal things. Well, normally to make it light up, you make these two connect, right? Like you put a little wire between them or something. Well, instead, they just have the conductivity of the water do it. Isn't that clever?
That is really clever.
That's really clever.
She got it at some historical society, like at the gift shop. So yeah.
You don't have to use these bags, obviously. You just put it in any kind of water.
Any kind of water, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, we could just put it we get like a little saucer and put a little bit of water in it and just set it in there.
Set it in there.
It would look a lot better than with these bags.
Yeah.
So that's neato. That's super neato. Thanks, Rachel's mom.
And then one more thing, right? Roku.
Wow. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
This is really an extremely useful thing.
It really is. And we do.
This will basically it'll organize all of our various streams that we use into one thing.
Yeah.
So it'll have on this probably like Crunchyroll, YouTube, everything like that.
And Netflix, yeah.
Yeah, and Netflix too. This is great. Thank you.
Thank you, Mom.
This is extremely TE smart. This is very useful.
Yes, very useful.
We will get a lot of use out of this. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
That's neat.
That is neat. Cool.
Thanks, Rachel's mom.
Yes, thank you.
You are a gentlewoman, a scholar, and a reader of fine literature. Also, love the nail polish, but you should know you're competing against me in this department.
Yes.
I was in line with Rachel at the Ulta yesterday, and I spotted something. She had some stuff that she wanted to get from there. I don't know, but in addition to stuff she wanted to get, I spotted this while we were in line. I said, "Hey, this nail polish is the same color as your hair." And the thing is, it looks more the same color in real life than it does on the camera, actually. They both look like a different color than they do on the camera. In real life, they're more greenish. But yeah, so
Yeah, and it's called Turned Up Turquoise.
I hope it's TURNT.
No,
Oh, that would have been so much more urban.
I know. I'm gonna do it after we stream. And also Eric got me. Well, he bought me blue shampoo, which is for brassy hair. So I bleached my hair to get it the teal color because my hair is like, as I've gotten older, it's gotten darker, and it's like you can't see it now, but it's like medium brown, like totally like a medium to dark brown, and so I bought blue shampoo to take away the brassiness in my hair because I bleached it. It's like purposely for brunettes who have colored their hair blonde.
What is this?
Oh, that came with that bag. It was like,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
garbage. I'm really pleased though to have introduced to me today, right now, brought to my attention. I've talked a lot about body in the past. I've talked a lot about sheen.
yes.
But heretofore, I have really missed the brassiness boat. I had not really realized, it didn't occur to me, that a hair's brassiness is another very important quality that I've not been talking about.
You know, the truth of it, too, is like I was just kind of thinking about it because I did get it. My hair looks a lot better now. Like, I'm very happy with it.
But seriously, what does that mean?
What? Brassy?
Yeah.
So it looks like more of a yellow.
Okay.
You see, so now because on the wheel opposite of like I guess like orange is blue.
Is this like color theory stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Fine. I got you. It's a color theory thing.
Yeah.
The color theory is actually very complicated.
Yeah, it is.
And it's like I don't even want to get into the details of it.
It's color theory, and so I use blue shampoo and conditioner. You leave it in for 2 to 3 minutes, and you get the truer color of the.
Get less brass.
Yeah.
It's a brass reducer.
I'm happy.
I enjoy reduction of brass, of course. No Cedric Beachy, she's not poisonous, but because her hair is this color, predators are more likely to think she is poisonous and avoid eating her. So
it does have its
it's got a survival advantage.
Yeah, it does. He also got for me Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. Now I first started using this in 2005, and I thought it was really good. It was before it came out. This formula is pretty good, but it's kind of comparable to others. So I'm gonna keep that in mind for when I'm buying next time.
And the thing is, that mascara is not overselling itself. I've seen her apply it. She's like, oh my god! It's like, wow, she really gets off on putting that stuff on. It is better than sex.
And then also, Urban Decay. In Loaded. It's a dark, deep, navy. It's like a deep.
It's a pencil.
Black green. It's a pencil.
It's pretty much a pencil.
It is, but I love it. It makes me happy.
Rachel, I'm very happy to make you happy. It also makes me happy to make fun of makeup because I think it's very silly. All the stuff that it claims, like age defying.
Oh,
age defying.
Oh, I know.
No, you should get your woman some of that mascara tonight, Seal. Get her some of that mascara and just watch her experience life as if she were with her ideal lover. Because I mean, you'll really feel emasculated by watching her put on that mascara. It's true.
I love you. I'm still not done with this.
Oh,
I'm proud of myself.
you're not done with that?
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
My dad doesn't like how much it smells like weed. It does smell a lot.
A
like
lot.
weed. Because why? We're smoking joints. When you smoke joints, it smells a lot more than if you're not smoking joints. If you're smoking bong rips, it smells a lot less.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't really care.
I don't. Well, I mean,
Okay.
you heard my response.
I know. I know.
Good for the neighborhood.
It is good for the neighborhood.
We
And
all
it
get
can't
to
just
smell
be
the wonderful smell of smells.
definitely not just us. True dedication to hair color is exclusively washing hair color in cold water. I know about that too. Exclusively, I wish I did that. I don't. I can't.
She exclusively washes her hair in my semen. It's a little known technique that brings it eliminates brassiness. Is the key thing. Yeah. You should suggest it to your woman though, because you'll see. It's like if you use that technique on a blonde woman, her hair will turn brown. That's how much it eliminates brassiness.
Wow. So yeah.
You use Mane and Tail brand conditioner.
Mm-hmm. Well, I use the blue conditioner with the blue shampoo.
Oh, now you don't use the Mane and Tail. That's I don't care. I'm not gonna judge, Rachel. I don't give a fuck. I'll use it occasionally.
It's there in the.
He's not going anymore.
But the blue shampoo is only supposed to be for you only use it like twice a week.
What if I were to use the blue shampoo on my beard? Would it make it blue?
On your beard, it might, yeah. Because yours is gray. You could use purple shampoo. We have purple shampoo.
Do we?
Yeah, and it'll take off. It'll make your gray even more gray.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to try that.
Silver Spox it.
I really want to try that now.
Okay.
Then I'll shoot my semen into my beard to remove the brassiness.
Yes, exactly, Winston's mom. You use the blue shampoo color brass remover only a few times a week. Yeah. I seriously was just bothering me. I think like most people wouldn't even recognize it, but like I did, and like looking at myself, I'd be like, oh, I can see the spot
The brassiness. The sassiness of this brassiness is classlessness from my perspective.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It really was. It really did make me feel class. Wow.
For which kind of predators? We need to run away from mountain lions and grizzly bears mostly.
So Winston's mom says, wait, the purple is for brass tones. What is the blue for? Mane and Tail, just regular, really good shampoo and conditioner. It is really good. I love it. I love the smell of it, and I love the way that it conditions my hair. It makes it really soft and shiny.
I like the way it makes you sound like a farm animal.
It does. The blue one is for brunettes who dye their hair blonde, but they get orangey tones. So the blue is the opposite on the tone scale of orange. Blue is the opposite of orange, and yellow is the opposite of purple. So that's why you use purple on blonde hair and blue on brunette hair.
Fascinating stuff. The thing is, of course, I actually know a lot about hair stuff, as we discovered yesterday. I was getting chicken tenders at the chicken tender place, and while Rachel was looking around Cosmoprof, and it didn't occur to me until after we had parted ways. Oh, she probably doesn't know that she can't buy anything at Cosmoprof.
I did not.
I knew that she couldn't buy anything at Cosmoprof because I used to date a hairdresser. So Cosmoprof is just for hair hair professionals.
And
You
then
have to have a license and
then-
show it to them.
after that, after being rejected from getting the item that I wanted, I was like, no, I'm on a mission now. Like,
So that's why we ended up going to Ulta,
Ulta.
because once she had gone into Cosmoprof, she had seen a couple of products that she wanted to get, and then she wasn't allowed to purchase them there.
Yeah.
But fortunately, she kind of got to sidestep the awkwardness, because I walked in at the end of the thing and said, "Just heads up, you can't buy that shit, right?"
I was like, oh, put it back.
And then the lady who works there got so much pleasure out of saying, "That's right, we're only for professionals, but you can try our sister store, Sally's."
And she had the same hair color as me. No joke. Like, her ends were like my color. But I did a better job, and I was just like, screw you. I'm going home.
It's not just you, Rachel. Anybody who doesn't have a hair person's license who goes in that store gets the same treatment.
I know. But I was on a mission, though. I was like, oh my gosh, I need this. I was like, I had it in my hand. It was like such a good price. I was like, oh man. And I got it in a bigger bottle. But I was very, thank you for making my happiness.
Oh, of course, darling.
Because I was on a mission to get it after being rejected. Because I really wanted it. Because it was bothering me a lot.
I don't think I can remember what it was, but I had a dream earlier in my nap, and when I woke up, I thought, "Oh, that's a weird dream." I was thinking about telling you about it, but now I can't remember what it was.
Do you need more coffee?
I would love more coffee.
Cool, I'm gonna get some too.
What a terrible business model. The thing is, the reason it works like that in the hair industry is because there's still this limited capacity for hair professionals to sell products to their clients in addition to cutting their hair. So it's typical for people who are like personal hairstylists. Like, in other words, they have a bunch of their own clients. Whether they rent a place at a salon or not, to make some of their money by selling hair products at retail prices. Like, well, okay, your hair really needs this product.
Yes, they do.
And it costs this much. And the price that they're charging is about the same as retail price for it. But in order for that to work at all, they have to have a way to get it at below retail. And that's why Cosmoprof exists. It's like but it's a part of that industry that's not really very active. It's not as successful as it used to be, I guess. It's like, I don't think hairdressers are able to sell as much product as they used to be able to sell, because people get what they want from the internet. So yeah, I kind of know a lot about hairdressing industry. Eric Andre was sort of trying to intimidate or bully you, and Rihanna was watching, and there was some staring going on between you and Rihanna.
Great.
I think that's how that would actually go down if the three of you were to meet, Luke Trimmer. The problem you had is hairdressers make lousy upsellers for the most part, and I go and constantly TE their business and end up paying way more money. Well, they have a sign out front, but it's not a super big sign. But it says, this store is for hair industry professionals, or, aesthetics industry professionals only. Like, some of the things they have at Cosmoprof that they wouldn't have probably at a normal store are some of my favorite products at Cosmoprof. Include Practice Finger and Practice Hand. Practice Finger is the cheap version of Practice Hand. And it's this rubber finger that you practice putting nails onto it and then painting them, And if you're a little bit more well funded in your student endeavors, then you get Practice Hand. It's a whole practice hand. You know, you can practice on all the fingers. Leaf trimmer, to a certain point, Effie Dom person might give in, but they probably wouldn't go back to the same person again. So, you know, it's a tough line to walk. You know, you don't want your client to feel pressured into buying a bunch of extra shit every time they deal with you, or they're going to stop dealing with you. You know.
I want to get a practice hand for you.
I think practice finger in general is a little bit more pornographic. It's like practice finger could be used to practice any number of things, you know?
You really can.
Practice hand, because it's like this, practice fist would be, would be a funny product. Thanks.
You're welcome. I figure we can share that while we're waiting
Sure.
for the coffee.
So, anybody want to share with us any Christmas stories?
Yeah.
Anything they got for Christmas that they are particularly happy about?
Yep.
Anything they wanted and didn't get for Christmas?
Mm-hmm.
Anything they got someone else for Christmas that they're happy that it made them so happy? Anybody would like to share any Christmas stories? Now's the time. I think in the meantime, perhaps I'll strum a Christmas tune on the guitar to make sure that we're thematically appropriate. Thematic appropriateness on this most peaceful of holy days is important. Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas. It's a Christmassy day, and the day now is time now for Christmas. Silver bells, chords, and lyrics. We're getting our Yule on today. Yo, dog, we're getting our Yule on. You want to come over and get your Yule on? Of course I do. Of course I do, because it's Christmas. City sidewalks, busy sidewalks, dressed in holiday style. In the air, there's a feeling of Christmas. Children laughing, people passing, meeting smile after smile. On every street corner you hear silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ling, hear them ring. Soon it will be Christmas Day. Strings of street lights, even stoplights, blink a bright red and green as the shoppers run home with their treasures. Hear the snow crunch, see the kids bunch. This is Santa's big scene, and above all the bustle you hear silver bells, silver bells. It's Christmas time in the city. Ring-a-ting, hear them ring. Soon it will be Christmas Day. Thank you, darling.
You're welcome. That's so nice.
That was a real Christmas classic. You know, I gotta say, Leaf Trimmer, you make a really good point today. Seeing how relentless the media and government is in keeping up this Santa lie, one wonders what else they're lying about. You know, that's a good point. Your cat got his tail burnt by a Christmas candle. I'm so sorry to hear that. Let's see what we got here in the old Christmas story roll here. It's been snowing for 24 hours. Bah humbug. That sounds like a lovely white Christmas.
Mm.
I got more cooking appliances from my mother. My reaction, I'll need to date someone to use it for me.
Oh! Do you think that your mom is a ST or SJ? Shine Bear?
Funnel Hot says, I like how quiet the streets are today, not a single vehicle. I like how quiet the streets are today, too.
Mm-hmm.
It's comparatively easy to get where we're going. You will be sorry. That's an excellent Christmas pun, men like gods. It's an excellent Christmas pun.
You'll be sorry. That's great.
You bought it thinking she'll probably like it. As I gave it to her, she jumped up like a crazy person and hugged me, telling me the story. This is a pretty good story you're telling, Raphael.
That's great. So Raphael got something that
Grandma
his grandma
really
was
wanted.
really, yeah.
Maybe the real Santa was the friends we made along the way. Hambone, I really enjoyed that sentiment. That's a very sweet Christmas sentiment. Leaf Trimmer. Don't critique Hambone's beautiful argument.
Yeah, really.
You don't have enough Christmas spirit in you yet.
Yeah, it is Christmas.
We need to put a little bit more Christmas spirit in your heart. Let's see. How are we going to get more Christmas spirit into Leaf Trimmer's heart? Let's see. What's a good Christmas song to get Christmas cheer or quietude into maybe quietude. Maybe you need Silent Night.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
So this is going to put the quietude of Christmas into Leaf Trimmer's heart.
Anyone can do it. Host Eric can.
I want you to really feel the Christ child being forced down your throat. Is that an acceptable Christmas greeting? May the Christ child be forced down your throat. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child. Holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, shepherds quake at the sight, glory stream from heaven afar. and the hosts sing hallelujah. Christ the Savior is born. Christ the Savior is born. Thanks, darling.
You're welcome. That was beautiful.
Now, leaf trimmer, have your leaves been trimmed by that song? Hamo didn't equate Santa to God. He said, oh yeah, he did. Okay. I didn't see that part. Santa's not real in the same way that God's real. No. They're real in slightly different ways. They're different kinds of magical thinking.
I like that you said that this Christmas was your best Christmas.
This Christmas is my best Christmas.
He's so cute.
Good tune, Eric. It soothed me while I was typing hard. You're missing the point, leaf trimmer. It's supposed to make you type softer.
Oh, come on.
It's supposed to make you type softer. Look, Santa and I have a long-standing good relationship. Okay? No, I mean, they answer fundamentally different kinds of questions, right? And Santa Claus answers a question that children don't ask for no particular reason. Whereas God is one necessary answer to a fundamental question of ontology. There's a huge difference. They're not equivalent at all. The mechanisms are not the same either. I mean, the Santa story would ask children to sort of apply the same mechanism, which is to say, if you really misunderstand religion, which would be good for a reward. Now look, I want to prioritize promoting the term spiritism. Okay, I think it's very important for us all to be spiritism, which is to say, don't be spiritual all. Just be spiritual some.
Spiritual some.
But do be spiritual some. And I'll say to you this, Hambone, your equivalency between Santa and God is spiritual none.
Ooh.
Don't be spiritual none either. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Winston's mom's right, Hambone. When God was handing out good looks, he put you right at the front of the line. You were a handsome young man. If you were a cat, you'd be like Trouble, but with nerd glasses.
Ooh.
I call my giant dog Spirit Horse. I like that.
I like that too.
Hambo's not jailbait. Hambo's like 20 years old or something. You never really hear guys being referred to as jailbait.
Sure.
You know what? I had to look up the word lolly. This cartoon I'm watching, this anime cartoon I'm watching called it's one of the new ones I started watching. I've got a few new ones I got going on concurrently. Like I started some. It's kind of cool. There's a lot of good anime on Crunchyroll. A lot of it.
Yeah. Some of it's even their own stuff that's good.
Right, their own stuff's great. Actually, that's what I realize is that their own original content is fantastic. But which one was I just watching earlier? I don't think I put it in my queue. Fuck. It's a fire one. That's right. Where was I going with this? Oh, right. It's the one where the guy wakes up in a fantasy world of sorts, and there's this like half human creature that looks like a little girl that guards the library in this domain, and he keeps calling her, you lolly freak. And I looked up the term, and lolly refers to LOLI. It refers to a woman who's in her majority, which is say over the age of 18, but who looks as though she's younger than that. So I wasn't aware that was a classification, but that's a new term for, I guess, it's related to jailbait. Sean Ryan Barron, when you say it's hilarious, I have a feeling it's going to make me mad. Yeah. I guess it's I think it's a Japanese thing, maybe, like adult women who dress and look like they're younger than adults. But anyway, it's obviously a term that's not just specific to that anime, because when I looked it up, it had immediately a definition. But like, define lolly, or what does the word lolly mean?
That's so interesting.
So in German Christmas, there is Krampus. Krampus is an anti-Santa of sorts that puts bad kids in a sack and beats them with sticks. That's hilarious. What a great old-fashioned tradition. Hey, listen, children, if you're not good, Krampus is going to come around, put you in a sack, and beat you with a stick. What happens on the 6th of December? That's when you get beaten in the sack.
Wow. That's like serious.
Do they call it the 6th of December sack beating day?
Is that TE?
I guess, yeah. All right, everybody get into a sack because everybody's done something bad. Well, Hambone, the thing is, you don't want more pussy. You want the right pussy. That's the thing. You're an INTP. You will never be satisfied by getting more pussy. That will never make you happy.
Oh my God, no.
That'll just make you feel greasy and debauched and like insecure and awkward and
Yes, he is correct.
Winston's mom, he put the whole thing in quotes. It's clearly an excellently successful effort at adding a little salt to his sass. Don't base anything on those fleshy activities. I like talking about sex as those fleshy activities. Those fleshy activities ought to be for woke people. I want to reclaim the word woke to mean people who think like me.
Speaking of woke, just while I was listening to what on Spotify?
Michael Bublé's "All I Want for Christmas." Yeah. Spotify
That's woke.
informs Rachel of what Teal Swan is listening to. This is nice.
That is nice.
Yes, well, that's true, Handbone. Should take you less time than it took me. If you do even a halfway decent job of it, it will take you fewer than 48 years.
A lot of people in their 20s and younger say the same thing as Hambone, that it's like it's just dating is really hard right now. It's like everything's online. But I mean, it took me a while. It took me like 8 years.
Yeah, that's
Plus.
that's something Peter, something like Christmas Peter or something his name is. The black helper of Santa and the Netherlands. He's the Tonto. He's the Tonto of the Netherlands. You know, because the Lone Ranger, he had his Tonto.
True.
Santa's got his Black Peter. Right. It's not that you call it pussy, it's your attitude towards it. Right. So everybody can use the terminology of Brody, but not everybody has to be Brody.
Right.
I mean, you want to talk about somebody who knows how to slay some puss? Brody. Brody slays, dude. Brody slays. Misa don't think Jar Jar fits into this anywhere, really. But it's a good question. Santa comes with a book and reads off some sins that your parents told him, but because you don't know him, you're missing other. You know, Raphael, I'm pretty sure these traditions are unique to your awful family. I don't think that's any sort of cultural thing. I think that's just, boy, you had some terrible parents. If they brought in a fake Santa to read off a list of sins to prove to you that you were being kept track of 100% of the time by an omniscient gift / sack beating giver, you know, you got some weird fucking parents.
I've heard of Krampus, though. I've heard of that before.
I never even heard of it. That's cool.
Yeah. It's not really cool. It's not.
I mean, it's cool that it exists.
It
Right?
really
It's like
does. It really does. My sister has told me about it. And they talked about it on The Office as well. Yeah. Yeah. The kids got really scared. He's like really scary looking. Yeah, my sister was there because they used something similar in Czechoslovakia, and I think she was staying in Slovakia, and they have this like crazy, scary looking guy who will put the kid in a sack and like we don't get beaten, but it's just like it's scary.
I like the idea of Shampus. Okay, Shampus is a guy who comes around Christmas time, and instead of talking to you about what you did wrong, he talks about how you didn't fulfill your potentials. You know, you had so much potential in me, and you just quit. Why? Because you don't really love me. Shampus would be the worst one to me. The one who talks about all your unfulfilled potentials. Remember January 12th? You had a chance with that pretty girl you met at the coffee shop, and you just sat there and didn't even approach her. She was looking at you. She liked you, but you blew it. That's what Champus does every year at the end of the year. He comes around and tells you about all your blown chances, all the times you just failed. And remember on April 3rd when you made a fool of yourself at that party? I was there watching you. I was there. You drank too much. You want to watch let's do the playback here. This is you making an ass of yourself. Oh, Champus, how long are you scheduled to be here today? 6 hours. You've got 6 hours of shame shivers ahead of you. That's what you get in this Christmas time. That party was your chance to impress all those people at work. Instead, you made an ass of yourself. Another blown opportunity.
I want to go find Kitty.
Oh, you didn't feel like writing your final paper, remember? And you had that class ace. You thought, well, I'll still get a C, and you got a D, remember? Just because you didn't feel like writing that paper. Champus is powerless against those who do his job for him every night before falling asleep. You mean Champus lives inside the NTP's head? Mostly the INTP's head. Champus used to live inside my head more. When I was a drinker, Champus lived inside my head. The Alpine regions of Bavaria sound fairly uncivilized. Champus is basically NIFE grip. NIFE. Ah! The truth hurts so much. You know. Let me bring out my lunchbox full of painful truths. Hi, I'm Champus. Champus is a really smug, gay male who is just super judgy, you know?
Who's super judgy?
Champus. He's a super judgy gay male. Okay? Oh, hi. Hi, Raphael. It's me. It's me, Champus. I brought my lunchbox. Don't worry. It's not going to be that bad. But I do have my lunchbox full of painful memories. Let's bring them out one at a time and go over them in detail, shall we? Like, oh, fuck you, Champus. Well, it's not even the most effeminate kind of gay male. It's the kind of gay male that is the one that you want to have as your personal assistant, right? Who's ultra effective and efficient and irritated by everybody. That kind of gay male. I'm sorry, but Miss Levelosa does not have time for you right now. You want that kind of gay male as your Champus. That kind of gay male is the perfect person to be your personal assistant and the worst person to be Champus, because they have every detail on you and they are going down the line and they are not happy with you.
Oh no! Oh no!
And they like to watch you squirm.
Ooh.
You know, that's a great personal assistant if you want shit done, you know. Do I think Enneagram is more influential in how someone is perceived than MBTI? That's a good question. And I think they're probably, in terms of first blush, so to speak, it's probably most impactful in terms of people who have FE in the second slot. So they are more likely to be perceived in accordance with their Enneagram. So Rachel's more likely to be perceived as extroverted for an INFJ because she's a 7, whereas like a 5 INFJ is more likely to be immediately perceived as an INFJ. So it's kind of like in terms of like broad character descriptions of extroverted, introverted, probably Enneagram has more to do with people's initial response. But in terms of more precise stuff, then I think cognitive functions probably has more to do with it.
Agreed.
I mean, that would be a different kind. That would be a whole different experience. See, if Shampus was a really straight like bro, hey bro, come on now. If you were like that, then it would necessarily provoke me into some sort of like combative response. Whereas if Shampus is that kind of like ESTJ gay male, I'd just be like, oh, just squirm there and just take it, you know?
That's totally how it would go for me too.
Of course,
Right back at you.
proud you're welcome here on Christmas.
Cork.
Yes, you are. You basically got me cornered here after all my Christmas peace talk here coming into this moment. You have me fully cornered.
Who did?
Cloud.
Oh.
Cloud says, "Am I welcome here on
Cloud.
Christmas?" And the answer is, yeah, you got me cornered.
Oof.
You're welcome here on Christmas. You never see anything like an ISFP be represented as a 5. I mean, I think ISFPs are most likely to be 4. Oh, okay. Oh, I see what you're saying, Hambone. Right. He looks like a drill sergeant, you know, but he talks and acts like an ESTJ, gay male personal assistant.
I like that.
Thanks, Cloud.
He is a good person.
I think that calls for another Christmas song.
So excited.
Okay, so I think let's go for Holly Jolly Christmas to really bring the mood up.
No, that's a nice one.
This is going to increase the amount of Yuletide cheer by at least 12%, I would suspect, which is pretty good. Grab the guitar. Have a holly jolly Christmas. I guess I was singing that key. Have a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year. I don't know if there'll be snow, but here's a cup of cheer. Have a holly jolly Christmas. And when you walk down the street, say hello to friends you know and everyone you meet. Hey ho, the mistletoe hung where you can see. Somebody's waiting there, kiss her once for me. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and in case you didn't hear, oh my golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year. That transcription of it isn't exactly a very good transcription of it. There's some mistakes in it, whoever transcribed it, but you know, such is life. I think as a consequence, I'm going to do another Christmas song right away that will cleanse the palate from the slightly wrongness of that Holly Jolly Christmas. We'll go with Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. Everyone enjoys that classic number.
True.
And I'm already confident that the transcription is correct. Here we go. Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party hop. Mistletoe hung where you can see every couple tries to stop. Rocking around the Christmas tree, let the Christmas spirit ring. Later we'll have some pumpkin pie and we'll do some caroling. You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly, deck the halls with boughs of holly, rocking around Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way. You will get a sentimental feeling when you hear voices singing, let's be jolly, deck the halls with boughs of holly, rocking around the Christmas tree, have a happy holiday. Everyone dancing merrily in the new old-fashioned way. Thanks, Rachel.
You're welcome.
So there we go. That was Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. My favorite Christmas song is one I need to practice before I can play it. The transcription of it is right, but it's too difficult for me to pull off real time. It's Sleigh Ride. I really like Sleigh Ride. Jose, do you think an ISFP who heavily prefers a 5 way of living would be mistyped as an ISTP, or do you think the other way around? I don't think that if somebody's doing a good job of typing, then that's a problem. I don't think that's a problem. If you're just doing sort of a gut kind of typing, it's conceivable that somebody with misconceptions about look, the thing is, it's easy to tell the difference between an ISTP and an ISFP. You just do a thorough TI evaluation, you'll have no problem successfully distinguishing between the two, regardless of how they seem. You know, the thing I remember is there's affect, and then there's process. You know, so people process things as objects, as subjects, as agents, and that matters a lot. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, I could play that one. I think I want to sing Sleigh Ride without playing it because I like this song a lot. I can never get the there's a party at you know, I can never get that part in the chords. So I'm just gonna sing it. Just Here's the lyrics, or if anybody wants the lyrics, I guess you have to just put it in sleigh ride lyrics and they'll pop up on Google, you know. Just hear those sleigh bells jingling, ring ding dingling too. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Outside the snow is falling and friends are calling you. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Giddy up, let's go. Let's look at the snow. We're riding in a wonderland of snow. Giddy up, it's grand, just holding our hand. We're gliding along a wondering fairyland. Our days are nice and rosy and comfy, cozy are we. We snuggle close together like two birds of a feather would be. Let's take the road before us and sing a chorus or two. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. There's a birthday party at the home of Farmer Gray. It'll be the perfect ending of a perfect day. We'll be singing the songs we love to sing without a single stop. At the fireplace we'll watch the chestnuts pop.
Pop, pop, pop.
There's a happy feeling nothing in this world can buy. When they pass around the coffee and the pumpkin pie, it'll nearly be a picture print by Carter and Ives. These wonderful things I think remember all through our lives.
Ooh, that is a mouthful.
It's a hard song. Even to sing just without playing the chords, it's hard. Now, granted, I went too fast at the gate. If you try to do it that fast, it's like double hard. But that's such a well put together composition, you know?
It really is.
That's a beautiful
Great
composition.
song.
Sean Ryan Barron, would you agree with me that that's a brilliant composition? You said I Love Slayer too. That thing, the way that song is put together, it's just so brilliant. The you know, it's fucking, and the way it comes back into the thing, then it's like, wow, whoever wrote that song did a fantastic job of writing a Christmas song. That, I think that's the best Christmas song. It's so, it moves so much, you know. Yeah, there are 416 types of affect. Leroy Anderson wrote that song. Well, he did a good job of it. Yeah, I hate Mariah Carey too.
Are there some like
Mariah Carey's terrible.
I didn't know that if people still like really like her. She's still likable?
Well, what I'm saying is there are a couple Christmas songs by her that get in the mix.
All I Want for Christmas Is You.
But it's like anything that she does, she makes worse than just it being done by like voice to text singer. Voice to song.
I'm the board with you.
Text to song. Text to sing. They should have a text to sing app where you tell the lyrics and you put in the notes and then the robot sings it for you.
Yeah.
Do they have that? Does that exist? I wonder
too.
The neighbors are playing Mariah Carey loud right now. I'm sorry to hear that. Mariah Carey is terrible.
That's funny though.
All right. Let's try this one.
Sorry.
I don't think I did a particularly great job with that song, Richard. You're gonna record one, maybe try recording this one instead.
I already posted it.
Oh, you already posted it? I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
It's okay. I didn't think you did that bad.
It wasn't bad, I guess.
No, it wasn't.
Up Up on the housetop, reindeer paws, out jumps good old Santa Claus. Down through the chimney with lots of toys, all for the little ones' Christmas joys. Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Up on the housetop, click, 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 down through the chimney with good Saint Nick. First comes the stocking of little Nell. Oh dear Santa, fill it well. Give her a dolly that laughs and cries, one that will open and shut her eyes. Ho, 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 who would go? Ho, 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 who would go? Up on the housetop, click, 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 down through the chimney with good Saint Nick. Next comes the stocking of little Nell. Oh yes, see what a glorious fill. Here is a hammer and lots of tacks, buttoned up all with a whip that cracks. Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Up on the housetop, click, 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 down through the chimney with good Saint Nick. Thank you, thank you. Today we're experiencing a Yuletide extravaganza. I believe Mackenzie Hoffman finally got here. She was responsible for bringing the Yule log.
I hope that she brought it.
Mackenzie, you did bring the Yule log, didn't you? Don't tell me you forgot. We assigned you the Yule log job.
Good holidays to you, too.
Saturnalia? What's Saturnalia? Is Saturnalia the holiday on which Shampus comes to shame everybody?
No!
Leaf trimmer, grass eater, lawnmower are all the same person. Yeah, oh yeah, we sent you a memo, Mackenzie. We sent you a memo. No, I memoed you. I sent it by carrier pigeon as well, also by smoke signal. So there's no way you didn't get my message. Raphael was tasked with bringing the cordials. He brought them. Leaf trimmer was tasked with bringing tinsel. He brought it. Legends Fall was instructed to bring eggnog. He brought it. You were responsible for the Yule log, and you didn't bring it. So now how are we going to enjoy our time together by the fire? We won't. And it'll all be Mackenzie Hoffman's fault. You're going to get a visit from Shampus next year to shame you about this. So anyway, Merry Christmas to everybody. You too, Mackenzie Hoffman. I forgive you for not bringing the Yule log. That's a good scream. I think everybody should have that scream in your repertoire. Don't emotionally manipulate me. I'm fragile.
That's a good t-shirt.
Yeah.
Your teeth are so soft.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Because I use oil of Olay regenerating cream. If you want to have soft, supple, brassy skin like me,
Brassy skin.
then you need to have oil of Olay regenerating serum. It's the only kind of serum that regenerates your skin to its natural brassy quality. See, whereas brassiness is bad in hair, brassiness is good in skin.
Oh.
It means you look more like a bronze statue. Everybody's ultimate goal is to look as much like a bronze statue as possible.
I had no idea.
Yeah, it's the ultimate goal of beauty. To be perfectly still and completely bronze. I've noticed that many SPs have these cat-like eyes that many things look sexy, especially SFPs. I mean, what? Anton Munter, I got some words for you, words of wisdom. As you go through the world, you're going to encounter all kinds of chicks, and they're going to be varying degrees attractive, and it's going to, have something to do with how much clothes they're wearing, something to do with how horny you are at that moment, and something to do with how they look. That's the truth of it, you know? It's like they're you know, obviously there are some things that are pretty broadly considered attractive. Like beta quadra eyes are generally considered attractive. You'll see you see them represented a lot in film and TV, way more than they are represented in the general population. So obviously the people like to look at those, and I like to look at them too. And I'm obviously very pleased with the appearance of my significant other. But the thing is, it's not that certain types are more sexy than other types. There may be a certain kind of like, I find Maz sexy. You know, one thing that I discovered in my dating life was that ISFPs seemed to be attractive to me, but it could just be that they're huge sluts. You know? It's hard to say. It could just be that none of the other types were slutty enough to get with me. That's just as much of a possibility.
Well, our kitty is ISFP, and I love her eyes. She does have very feline.
She's what you might call a bundle of joy.
Oh my gosh! I want to bring her out. She's laying on the bed because she hates all the parties going on.
I think I got maybe another cigarette, another bong rip, and another couple of Christmas songs.
Yay! That's so Christmassy.
I want to do A Little Town of Bethlehem, which I'm fond of.
Oh yeah.
And
very nicely.
I want to play Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer because even though it's not my favorite Christmas song or anything, it is the only actual request I've received. So I want to play that. I want to make sure that Raphael gets his request. Since it is Christmas, he really should get the song he requested. So let's go ahead and do the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer song right now. You see, the people with high FI are more inwardly kind than those with lower FE. Yes. I mean, I will also say that FI 6 is more kind than FI 7. So here's an example of kindness. Here's an example of kindness is Rachel is much more aware of where the cat is. And so if the cat's been stuck inside, because the cat likes to go in there, but then sometimes, we don't necessarily spend that much time in there. We don't go in and out of there that often. So sometimes I'll just forget that she's in there. Well, Rachel keeps in mind where she is and like her well-being more than I do. So that's an example of 7th slot being more kind, 6th slot being more kind really than 7th, even though 7th for me is an absolute value. But it's an absolute value for me as an object. I'm the object of FI, which is say I experience it. It happens to me. It goes away. It's not something that it carries along with it the additional normal burdens of harm prevention. Like obviously I want to prevent harm to those people and including the cat that I love, but it doesn't necessarily mean I'm paying attention to them when they're not in front of me. Obviously, if I see a loved one about to fall off of a cliff or something, I'll go try to save them and be very concerned about them. But if they're not in my presence or in my company, I'm assuming they're handling their own shit,
So Sean Ryan Bear says he's been requesting We Are Santa's Elves.
I don't know that one. I can't play any song I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I can't read music, so I can't read the melody line.
Do you have any other requests? I would like to pull some feminist cards for Christmas Day.
Okay. We're going to pull some feminist cards for Christmas Day.
And some bomb riffs first.
Christmas
Priority, of course.
Okay, so Raphael, I read what you said, and you say, no, sing whatever comes to mind. Okay, I will do that. I will sing whatever comes to mind about Christmas and bong rips and whatever. In a food crisis, you were all hungry. Food is scarce. Do we eat the cat? No. No, we do not eat the cat.
No. She's our baby.
You don't eat family members.
She's our cat baby.
Rule number 1 in
Yeah.
life. You don't eat family members.
Yeah, she's a family member. I need a poker. Thank you. Wow, you did a great job.
I've got a little bit of ash and stuff in my mouth. That's fine.
Resonance. Wait, so it wasn't normal when my mother consumed her partner after mating? Oliver Lenyon asks. It's normal to some. Right.
Were your parents praying mantises?
That's what I mean, right?
If they were, then that's perfectly
then that's
acceptable.
perfectly. Yeah.
Mom, that's very TE of you. All right. Let's all have a Raphael Christmas. The kind of Christmas Raphael has in Germany, where Christmas sounds like hell. Let's all have a Raphael Christmas, a Christmas like Aviaros. He's a guy who lives in Germany and always wants to share most Christmas joys with everyone around. Of course, we'll have to endure being put in a sack and beaten up with sticks. We'll have to endure having lists of our sins read back to us when we're sick. We'll have to endure a bunch of cold expectations, the whole wide world worth, but still, it's a Raphael Christmas. Let's all have a Raphael Christmas. The kind of Christmas they have in Germany. Throw you in a sack, beat you with a stick, put you out back, hit you with a brick, say Merry Christmas, next time do a better job. It's a Raphael Christmas. There you go, Raphael. That's your Christmas present.
Lovely. I really feel the cheer.
You know what, leaf trimmer? For people who have concerns about global warming, today is a day where you can find it no problem. Where? Look inside your heart, because it's filled with Christmas warmth. The global warming is in your heart, leaf trimmer. In your heart.
On holidays, I'm just going to read the major arcana.
On Christmas Day, Jesus makes all the global warming go into everyone's hearts. It's a pretty special
Is that
day.
really what happened?
Yeah. That's why our hearts are so hot today.
So my mom tuned in, but as soon as we started smoking weed, she turned it off.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, right?
Did she choose to inform us of that?
She texted me, never mind.
Never mind what.
She said, okay, I'll watch it. And then she said, never mind. I'm gonna watch the end of this movie with Uncle Doug. And I was like, okay.
Okay, so you assume that means because that's why.
Yeah. I mean, it could just be that they're ending because he was over. And she, it was too late, she
Right.
I guess.
Could be. Yeah. Well, she wants
Whatever.
it tomorrow, whatever, if she wants to. Right.
It was still good. Okay. Yeah.
The thing is, the point is, if she can't, I don't know if that's the case or not, but if it is in fact the case that your mom cannot hang with normalization of that which she used to critique so hardcore, well, she's just going to have to deal with that. She's going to have to change her ways because it is normalized hereby. I hereby normalize it, and any efforts to the contrary receive not just not merely run afoul of facts and reality, but come with an additional foot up your ass. So
They're nice.
It's Christmas Day is not a good day to invite me to put your foot up your ass.
No. Oh, so far no majors. I'm gonna try it the way they say, pick 3 and then get the major arcana. So the major arcana that I choose every 3 cards, and then 7 wands. Nope. Nothing yet.
This one will be major. Boom. Was it right? No. The Remote Associations test is not a test that you take to answer all the questions or anything like that. It's just you see how you do on them. You try a few of them and you see if they're easy or hard. That's it. It's not like a test you take a bunch of questions.
There you go. The Hermit. Everyone's staying indoors. Hermiting out.
This is the card of the day, the Hermit card. It's here called the Crone card. If it feels like school to you, the thing is, do you think they're easy or difficult? If you're not a native English speaker, though, it's of questionable validity. It's got a lot of idiomatic expressions that you have to kind of know from being a native English speaker in it. So that's relevant too. Feels like school. Yeah, school sucks ass. Are those tarot cards? Yeah, those are tarot cards.
Yeah. Would you like a reading, Mark Lovell?
Let's give Mark Lovell a reading if he wants one. This
For the next one?
Well, yeah, these are Mark Lovell. These tarot cards are when Rachel and I went to visit Hambone.
Yes.
On the way back from visiting Hambone, we stopped at a vintage sort of thrift antique store kind of thing.
Store, yeah.
And they had there this deck of vintage tarot cards. And I was very happy with myself. This is one of my good SI memories is I managed to sneakily buy them and give them later as a present to Rachel so she didn't know that I got them.
It was so surprising. You did so good.
So, Mark Lovell, we're going to do a quick reading of you. We're going to go your Christmas Earth. That's your Christmas. I guess you'd say your Christmas root, your Christmas heart, and your Christmas mind. Okay. Christmas root fell right out. The root of you today is the Fool. Okay. Now, Mark Lovell, your Christmas heart
Also fell out.
also fell right out. The Devil? Wow.
Maybe you're drinking some spirits.
Now, your Christmas mind. Let's see what we get this time. The tarot thinks strong things about you.
Yeah, you've already got 2 major arcana. 3 major arcana.
Wow, your Christmas mind is the magician.
Making things happen.
That's kind of a badass pull
That's
there.
a badass pull.
Mark Lovell.
And
Fool, devil, and magician.
yeah, I would look those cards up if you're not interested. If you don't know about tarot cards.
Are you possibly a type 7 intuitive?
Mhm.
That this 3 thing here, these 3 say to me, intuitive type 7. You know, that's what an intuitive type 7, like an ENTP type 7, or possibly an INFJ type 7 is built out of. The fool, the devil, and the magician.
That's a good combo. It really is.
Yeah.
Let's do one for Winston's mom.
Sure. I'll hold the pictures one last time for
Yeah, sure.
for Mark Lovell.
So which one's the first one?
The fool is the first one.
And what does it represent?
That represents his root, his Christmas root. And it means you're an NE user, not an NI user, Sean.
The devil represents what?
The devil is his Christmas heart.
And
the magician is his Christmas mind. Yeah, I think so, for sure, Sean. I'm auditory, which also means reading it yourself. Auditory means hearing it read aloud or reading it or reading it. They're somewhat different, I guess. ENTJs successfully read things without being able to process heard aloud language at all. I think you're probably you're an INFP, right? So that would make most sense. NE versus NI, but not TI front deck.
okay, so
who is this one for?
Mom
Winston's
first,
mom.
and then Oliver Linehand.
Okay, your Christmas root, Winston's mom. Your Christmas root is the Seven of Cups. You're a naked lady with a net and a bird that's pissing so much that it's streaming out into 6 different cups from the top cup. It's a lot of bird urine. Am I interpreting it correctly? Well, it looks like yellow in actuality. It looks more yellow on the camera.
I like your interpretation of it.
It's actually green, but it looks more yellow here.
Yeah. And it does appear to be coming from the bird.
And for God's sake, Winston's mom, put a shirt on. This is public television. Oh, that's your heart right there. Your Christmas heart just popped right out.
Ooh.
It's the 9 of discs. So you're the lady here. You finally put your clothes back on. And you're saying, who should I give this gift to? Who should I give that gift to? These things all around you, they're like stuff you're giving off to Christmas. Okay.
Plus a card. Got a cactus in there.
Yeah.
Snake friend.
You got a snake friend. You got next to a couple of rocks there.
Oh, yeah.
Now your Christmas mind. Six of Cups. You got the 3 horsemen of the apocalypse and the 3 llamas of big wave surfing.
Pretty good. It's pretty impressive.
3 horses plus 3 llamas equals 6 cups. It's a nice card. I don't think I've ever seen this card before.
It is a nice card.
I don't even remember ever looking at it before.
Possibly not.
So your cups and discs today.
Oliver Linehand's next. Oh my gosh, Sean Ryan Barron. So we were looking at my baby book that my mom put me to. It's not a baby book. It's like a Memories Over Time book that my mom gave me for my 30th birthday, and you can tell my lack of NE as a child because my writing is so simplistic. It's so like, I like this because this, blah, 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 blah. The total lack of NE.
So, Sean Rampan, you're an INFJ, huh? Okay, so the thing here is that the thing that's being asked here is a tricky question because it covers two specific areas of ground. One is preference to understand things linguistically explained versus visually, and the other is auditory versus reading it yourself. So I've noticed that ENTJs who have NI as a tool function, that they do find reading information themselves, but they cannot process it at all when you read it aloud to them.
Yeah.
They have a lot of trouble. They've really got to focus.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes some sense then that an NI person might very well have an easier time reading stuff themselves than hearing it. However, it's also the case that ENTJs, probably like Winston's mom, prefer to have visual representations of things. And I don't think that's the case for INFJs as much. I think INFJs split the difference. So INFJs have both clear visual understandings of things, but like INFJs typically have a very musical intuition as well. And that's true of you, it's true of Rachel, it's true of my friend Corey. So the thing is, it's a tricky matter to determine. I think it probably has to do with the TIFE, because TIFE is so explicitly communicative that it should link more strongly to auditory learning than FITE. So it probably is a combination of the N's choosing either auditory or visual, and the TF choosing either words or non-words. So it's like, if you're an INFJ, you split the difference. You go words, but visual. And that ends up playing out as some weird thing, like maybe here, like Corey always talked about how he'd receive his musical ideas complete, even though they had duration. I always struggled to understand what he even meant there, So that would tend to indicate that there's some sort of link in there with time as well that I'm not quite encapsulating. So the answer to your question is, I don't know. That's the answer. I don't know.
Yeah. Because, like, when I meditate now, I meditate by, like, falling asleep to it, really. Like, I use guided meditations, and I'll, like, fall asleep to them. And I honestly feel like I do get the information while I'm sleeping. I really do.
Alex Rodriguez say you're trash at the rat test. That would probably suggest maybe NI 7th. But it's not very definitive. So, like, Rachel's mom was able to be better than trash at the rat test, but she's also definitely NI polar.
Mm-hmm. My sister was killing it, but my mom was not.
And her sister's NI 8.
Yeah.
The thing about 8th slot is it's important to remember that when we're doing a test like that, we're asking you to be a subject in that particular modality. Mm-hmm. So it's true that an NI Dom, you'd say, well, if that rat test is testing NI, then NI Dom should be best at it. They're not necessarily best at it. NI Tool sometimes might be better at it. The ENTJ I tested the other day was the best person I ever seen at it. Amy, the ENTJ.
Oh, yeah.
She was the best I've ever seen at the rat test, including myself. Although I've never, it's hard for me to take it anymore or to know how I do on it, But
I was thinking about giving my dad a ring.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Oh, my mom just said, should we call my mom first? She just said the movie finished.
Sure. But I mean, the thing is, you're better at it than Amy. I mean, Amy got like 100% of them. So I don't know how you could be better than that exactly. You could be as good, but you can't really be better than that.
Okay.
You also have to factor in how long you give yourself to think about it. If I spent long enough, I could get 100% probably, except for the ones that don't make any good sense. You should warn that we're live streaming. And take her off.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas. How are you?
Take her off speaker.
Oh, sorry.
Just to warn you, we're live streaming right now. I just want to make sure we don't.
Yeah, could you hear Eric? Yes. But I wanted to call to say thank you for the gifts. We had so much fun opening them.
We did.
Yeah, we love them. And thank you so much for the Netflix too. That's going to be so... What? Yeah, we really are, because in January a show that we like is going to be coming back. So we were going to get it. So we don't have to even think about that anymore. Thank you.
Oh yeah, we get to watch Cobra Kai.
Yeah, Cobra Kai comes back, so yeah. Yeah, and we're so happy with the Roku too. Like, we could have everything that we use in one place, which is really nice. Yeah. Well, thank you very much. It's really nice. We can't wait to make use of it. Yeah, we do. We really do. How was the movie with Uncle Doug?
And tell her she can watch this later too. Tell her this will be up and she can watch it later if she wants to watch it with me. Okay. Okay, so I want to address a couple things here. The rat test links not very definitively to NI, I've decided after checking it a bunch of times. The thing is, it's a much more recent inclusion in my testing protocol than most of the things that I use to test people, which are more well tested out themselves. The rat test does not seem to be very consistent or very reliable. It seems to be more of a general correlate than an actual skills test. So that's about all I can say about the rat test. It's I don't have a lot of faith in it, is the bottom line. I think that it's an interesting thing to test NI as follows. If you ask people to come up with a scenario for something that you don't really give them enough information to come up with a scenario for, instrumental NI will have a more difficult time coming up with one than absolute NI will. So, for example, I think my hypothesis at the moment is if I give you a few random elements to a scenario, like there's a dead body hanging in a room, the door is locked from the inside, down the hall there's an open door and a light blinking. What happened? NI absolute value 7th will be able to come up with some sort of random explanation. Or they'll just, and if they can't figure out how to include an element, they'll just discard that element and not talk about it. Or they'll just have an unrelated explanation. So, for example, well, the person hung himself, and unrelatedly, there's an electrical problem. Okay, that's NI polar explanation. NI 8th doesn't want to give you any explanation because they don't have enough information to use NI, and they're not conscious in it, they're unconscious in it. So as a consequence, they really struggle to provide anything. They want more information first. So that's my current hypothesis about how NI works. Is that, and again, it's just a hypothesis. It's not something I've tested out enough. So I don't remember if I tested you formally, officially, or not, Swifty, or if I just sort of checked you with the rat test. If I just checked you with the rat test, don't put much weight into those results. I've since backpedaled from the effectiveness of the rat test.
We owe Oliver Linehan a reading.
We owe Oliver Linehan a reading?
Yeah.
Did he ask for one?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay, cool. Oliver Linehan, if you're still here, this is your Christmas route. If I tested you as ESTJ across the board for reasons beyond just that, if you seemed consistent with ESTJ, and that was just sort of the kicker, then you probably actually are an ESTJ. All right, Oliver Linehan, this is your Christmas route.
Cupid.
8 of Wands. You are Cupid. Are you playing matchmaker, Oliver Linehan? Are you setting up a couple of people together? Did I see your explanation of NI fourth above? No, I'll look at it. I will tell you this. I think ESTP NI fourth is much less likely to display its awfulness than ESFP NI fourth, because ESTP NI fourth is constrained by TI. Okay, Oliver Linehan. So your Christmas route is to be Cupid, to shoot arrows at people. Your Christmas heart.
Ooh.
It's waterfall worship.
And double rainbows. That double rainbow.
Double rainbow waterfall worship.
Yeah.
This is the heart of your Christmas spirit.
Quite a heart.
Now, the mind. Your Christmas mind is this one. Ooh.
Ooh, the star.
It looks like you've got bathing naked ladies on the mind.
Well, you could be the name.
No, he's the star of this scene.
Oh.
He's standing right here.
Oh.
He's about to walk in. Hey, baby.
Hey, baby.
She's got her head turned back already, like, oh my God, Oliver's going to be here in a moment. So maybe he's really playing Cupid for himself.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I think you may have a Christmas miracle in store this evening.
And he's filling all his cups because the 10 is the finisher.
That's a pretty good reading, Oliver.
Yeah, it is. It really is. It's a very pleasant one.
I wonder if her name might actually be Star.
It could be.
The girl that Oliver Linehan gets with tonight, who's in the bath. Look for the hawk. That's how you'll know it's time to make your move. As soon as you see the hawk, that's when it's time to make your move. Okay.
Exactly. My mom is so not interested in like the fucking stream.
Well, yeah. It has no purpose for her.
Well then.
All right. Well, call Emily or whoever it is, Oliver Linehan, and she says, "Actually, I'm in the bath right now." Then that's your cue to say, "Well, I could come over and scrub your back." Oh, Oliver. Okay, come on over. Then you're going to be like, I can't believe this is playing out exactly like Eric said. That is really amazing. And you get there, and she'll be and you'll be like, since when did you have a hawk flying inside of your house? And she'll be like, I just got it today.
Oh. It sounds like a pretty nice scenario for you, Oliver.
Yeah, it's going to be a good evening for Oliver. You just got to make the call. That's the thing. You got to call Emily.
Well,
You've been friends heretofore. Today is the day that changes. Today is the day that changes.
Can you do one for you?
Sure. Let's see what my Christmas root is. That makes perfect sense. Legends Fall makes perfectly good sense.
Ooh. Oh my gosh, it looks like a little baby with a cat. That's you.
Well, that's me. This is the root of me. I'm a baby with a cat.
Uh-huh.
That's true.
It is
That is
true.
completely accurate. This is your heart. This is my heart.
Yeah.
My heart is Cupid. I'm shooting arrows of love into the world. Come on, everybody. We can all get along and love each other. And now my Christmas mind. What's this one? Huh?
The world.
The world.
Oh wow, what a nice reading.
That's nice.
That is nice.
I'm a baby who shoots arrows of love into the world.
Oh, you are though.
That's so accurate.
Huh?
See? Right now, each of you are getting hit by my arrows of love. Now let's do one for Rachel. Do you, Rachel?
Yeah, no.
Why do only E's, Benny E's, and I's, Benny I's? Actually, that's a good question, and I will address it shortly. It has to do with slot placement and values. So I'll explain it better than I've ever explained it before in a second. Rachel, this is your Christmas root.
Oh my gosh, I feel it.
Which is this one?
The
The
magician.
magician. That's your root today. You're casting spells and raising hells. There's nothing blasphemous about doing this on Baby Jesus Day. This is just one methodology to put the Spirit of Christ into your heart,
Yeah.
Karen Seal.
It's a feminist stat.
Look, I don't mean to cram Baby Jesus down your throat, but fucking take Baby Jesus right now into your heart.
Into your heart, okay?
Don't make me
Pretty
give you this
stern
look.
look.
Don't make me give you this look.
Okay,
Your Christmas
Christmas
heart.
heart.
Oh, it's obviously this one. The Nine of Wands. You're nude and you've got sticks of fire attached to you. That's your heart.
wow. I'm gonna take that as passionate.
I think in your heart you like to be this open, open, receiving, and enlightened.
Yeah. Great
The
way
world,
to pick
the world doesn't always embrace that. It doesn't provide enough of a aware environment to allow that all the time. Step bro shoves Jesus down steps his throat. That sounds like a pretty good Pornhub title.
Mhm. It's
Okay.
so good.
Now, your Christmas head, your Christmas mind. Oh, what is inside Christmas mind for Rachel
It's
here
inside my Christmas
today?
mind.
What's inside of her Christmas mind? We'll find out. Hey, away. Her Christmas mind has 10 of wands, a bunch of lesbian dancers. Yes. Her
Wow.
mind is full of lesbian dancers. Lesbian dancers.
I'm gonna take that.
I think this is, you're feeling the history of womanhood within you in your mind tonight.
Yeah, that's a pretty good reading.
The history of womanhood.
Womanhood.
Yeah. Similar to me, I also am feeling the history of womanhood inside my mind tonight.
Aww.
I'm remembering my foremothers' pain of childbirth, their their labors in the kitchens, their struggles for voting rights. Oh, maybe it's this deck of tarot is getting into me.
Oh,
It's such a feminist tarot
it
deck.
is so feminist.
Well, please, Legends Fault, let me give you an example of fourth slot NI failing for an ESTP. So during the infamous 2019 TwFP summer camp, there was a falling out between me and Becky. And in that falling out, Becky did a lot more bending of Taylor's ear than I did about the matter. In fact, I did very little. And ultimately, he ended up making this video, which is still one of the top results for my name, by the way, which is like, Eric is a narcissistic creep or something like that, Now, I'm quite confident that within a couple of days of uploading that, his perspective changed considerably. And it's certainly by this point that he no longer perceives whatever he said in that video to be true. But at the time, he was subject to being convinced, right, of a truth that just didn't NI resonate ultimately. And it didn't SI resonate. He had to ignore his SI, which is all of his experience of me, and ignore his NI, which is to say what he knew about how the world worked and just the basic truth of things, and buy into Becky's NE, right? So he did. He got fooled. There's no way that kind of shit would fool me for a second. My NI is way too good for that. But he got fooled by that shit. So that's one example of fourth slot NI not being very good. And a similar thing, Taylor was in jail for quite a while, and it sounds like he handled it pretty well overall, considering, especially the SI stuff he handled well. I would not handle being cold all the time well at all. I just wouldn't be able to deal with it. I don't know. I'd freak out or something.
I feel the same way.
Yeah. So, Legends Fall says, in any scenario where there's no actual action to be taken by me, my NI works good. As soon as there are real world commitments or consequences, I'm strictly SE whether I want it or not. So, yeah, I mean, Taylor acted on the information that was presented to him, prematurely, I guess you'd say. History has proved me 100% right in everything about that, Becky revealed what kind of person she was. Sorry about that, Richard.
That's all right.
Becky revealed what kind of person she was at a certain point in a way that made the issue resolved entirely. Yeah, and I think ESTPs generally tend to lean more towards single motivational explanations for things. Right. I wanted to answer that question about the beneficiaries. So the reason your beneficiary is EEII like that is because, let's use ESTJ, ENTP as an easy example for me to use because I know that one well. So my dad has 6 slot instrumental SE. I've got 8 slot instrumental SE. His 6 slot instrumental SE is better than, fundamentally, ahead of the game, more effective than my 8 slot instrumental SE, because my 8 slot instrumental SE is always instrumental to my dominant function, which is extroverted intuition. Now, concurrently, he's got dominant TE, which is my 6 slot function. So both of these things are instrumental for me, and both of them, he's better at being instrumental at them than I am. Concurrently, my dominant function, extroverted intuition, is something that he's selfish about. So he doesn't appreciate any of the extroverted intuition I bring to the party. It could be as simple as, let's put a log in the fireplace for Christmas. As simple an idea as that immediately gets rejected because it's not his idea. And so I'm of no use to him at all, basically. I'm completely useless to my father. Why? Because my dominant function is something he's very selfish about, and my tool function is something he ignores but is good at. So that means, as a consequence, the only way the relationship works is if he's benefiting me, because he's going to be instrumentally better at both of my key back slot instrumentality things. And regarding my front slot stuff, he's going to not value what I provide as a dominant person, and he's going to be good at but ignore what I provide in my tool slot. And currently with my third slot function, it's his 8th slot, so he doesn't value it and doesn't like any pressure being put on him by that. So my selfishness is only likely to run afoul of it. So it requires me to be the recipient of his benefit all the time. It also means that he's always one step ahead of me. Like, I think, okay, I'm going to clean the deck today. It's not so much anymore lately, but this used to happen all the time. Like, okay, I bet the deck's getting messy. I better clean it up. I'm always a step too late. I walk out and he's already started cleaning it up, And it's like, I was just about to do this. Just let me do it in my own time.
Mm-hmm.
But he's always a step ahead of me with the SE. His 6th slot's better than my 8th slot. Because my 8th slot is predicated on my 4th slot SI. I got to remember that my dad's going to get mad if I don't do the thing, and then I go do the thing,
Actually, yes, you can.
So I hope.
That's a great explanation, though, I have to say. I was totally captivated by what you were saying.
Thanks, darling.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it does have to do with the absolute instrumentality as well. So because the dominant and the third are both absolute, but the third is selfish. So, for example, if I had third slot NI, I would not be interested in Rachel's NI, because it's like, no, I'm the one who is the NI subject object. Yeah, she would be okay with that for a little while, because she'd be like, well, I can be NI agent. I don't need to be a NI subject object. Whereas third slot, they don't really want to be NI agent. I don't want to be FE agent. In other words, I don't want to know myself by way of my FE successes. I want to attain those successes and enjoy them as objects, but not have my failures imprint on my ontology, and not have it be necessarily part of who I am, right? Be something that I get and do. Whereas NI Dom would be like, well, it's who I am, but it's also something that I get and do. Well, when she would get and do it, then I would be like, I don't want you to get and do it. I'm getting and doing it. Just like my dad is with me, with extroverted intuition. So, so I agree with sociologists that your strongest functions are dominant ox and their opposites in the shadow fun. I would say that I unfortunately find myself slipping into the same bad metaphor of strength, because it's not possible to understand those things without factoring their instrumentality or absoluteness. So it's like 6 is instrumental. It's strong, quote unquote, as a subject. So when the world calls on me to do TE, I will provide it. Fine. But it's weak as an agent. In other words, I don't apply it to my own life at all, or know the world through that methodology or that frame of reference. And as an object, it's boring to me. Like, I don't want to watch you explain how to do something. Or, I'm the kind of guy who doesn't read the rule book first. He just starts playing and tries to figure it out as he goes, right? So that's a sign of I don't like it as an object. Although I will say I do enjoy Survivor Man, which would seem to have TE as an object in it. So it's not, and maybe I'm just very particular about it as an object. I like to look at certain kinds of TE objects.
Not everything.
But as a general rule, I don't, it's a countervalued as a frame of reference for me. So as an agent, I countervalue TE. I don't want it to be defining how I am, whether or not I'm meeting goals. I don't want to point to having met goals or accomplishments to explain who I am, right? It's agentially countervalued. So as a consequence, you know, as a dominant person, you're expecting everybody to have some engagement with your thing. So it's like my dad expects me as well to frame things through some sort of goal paradigm to justify why I'm doing things through some sort of outcome. Wouldn't that mean is pair with is and so on as a rule? Can you say that again? I don't understand what that means. Right. So Legends Fall, there's another example of how we have to factor in both value style and agent subject object to understand strength. For fifth slot, you say your SI as an agent in its physical manifestation, in a real-time manifestation, is excellent. So like SI on the internal physical field for you as an agent is excellent. It's probably good for you equivalently as an object. So in other words, when you're having sexual intercourse, you're probably really digging on the physical feeling of it, you know, as well as the other stuff that goes along with it. But memory only works unconsciously. So in other words, you're saying basically that as a subject, it's much more evasive from you, you know. And I don't quite have all of this agent subject object stuff worked out, but it's something like that, you know. That's the sort of thing that explains why it's hard to get to go strong or weak like that, because it's strong or weak accordingly. Like my FI as an object is pretty strong. You might say, you know, people sometimes people have said, well, Eric's a weird kind of INFP because he's obviously got so much FI. Well, that's the problem with saying things like you got so much FI. I do have strong object FI, and it is an absolute value, which means I experience a lot of feelings. I watch TV shows. I was sobbing this morning when my dad came in with one of his crazy anti-polar explanations for something. The front door was unlocked, okay? Probably Rachel unlocked it to look for a package on the front porch, forgot to lock it again. Most likely explanation, okay? But my dad had a hypothesis that what happened was Alex, the neighbor boy, who's like 25 and graduated from University of California, Berkeley, had come in through one of the unlocked doors and walked through the house and walked out through the front door. Why is not a question he can answer about this. He's thought this about Alex on a few different occasions ever since one time he got a toll evasion ticket from Berkeley, California, from Oakland, and it had his license plate number on it and everything, but it wasn't him. He wasn't even up there during that time period. But he knew one person who was up there during that time period, and that was our neighbor. And so he concluded that the neighbor kid, this Chinese kid who went to Berkeley and would not do it's just not that kind of person, that he must have been responsible for this toll evasion ticket, because he's the only one who knew my dad's license plate number, who also went to Berkeley or something. Well, the reality is that he's the only one you can think of that knows your license plate, who also is in Oakland. It could be any random person copying any random license plate number down and then going to Oakland and doing this trick. You
Totally.
know, they don't need to know you to have done this, right? But my dad concluded way back then, that it must have been Alex, next door kid, who done this, okay? Now, since then, he's also concluded that Alex is playing a prank on us.
Oh my God, no!
leaving the gate open after he had closed it, when it was obviously my demented mother who was doing this. Okay. And then this morning concludes that Alex had come in through one of these open back doors and walked through the house and walked out the front door, and that's why the front door was unlocked. And I asked him, is there any other indication that anybody's walked through the house besides the front door being unlocked? And he said, no. And I just said, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if it's the case or not, but it's as good as best explanation I can come up with at the moment. I'm pretty sure probably Rachel unlocked the door to look on the front porch for a package.
Oh, at one point, yeah.
And didn't relock it.
Yeah, it's a good
a
while ago.
And he said, oh. Well, if that's the case, then fine. Then fine. Yeah, that makes sense. But the story he first came up with.
Why is it the poor kid? That poor kid. He just has a story made up in his head, and it's like,
yeah, you know,
it doesn't change.
Alex next door, who lives right there, he has no idea, I'm sure, at all, that he is the subject of so much suspicion by my father. Even though he's done absolutely nothing to earn any suspicion at all from us. And the things he accused, playing pranks on us. He's like 25 years old, Dad. Why would he come play a prank on the neighbors by leaving their gate open? That just makes no sense at all. Like, nothing could make less sense than that. My contrary's beneficiary is my dual. Why the can't falling for me in life? I'm not sure about the end of that, but your contrary's beneficiary is your dual. Let me see. So my contrary's beneficiary, ISFP's beneficiary is ISFJ. Is that right? Let me see. So it's like 6 and 8. So, okay, well, the ISFP's beneficiary would have 8 slot, SI, and would have 6 slot FI. So it's INFJ. So no, it's not the case that your contrary's beneficiary is your dual. Your contrary's beneficiary is your TWFP dual, at least with intuitives or with perceivers. I don't know if your contrary's dual. I mean, your contrary's beneficiary is your mirage, what they call your mirage type. No, leaf tremor actually is making a shit ton of sense compared to Audrey and Media. She's just having problems with her typing on her phone. Something I totally empathize with. I can't type for shit on my phone either. Your contraries love you and you boot them every time. Well, actually, that's what I was saying about ISFP seem to like me. But I wasn't sure if that was indicative of contraries sort of being drawn to each other, but not actually working.
That's conflicting.
Oh, that's not contrary.
No, contrary is so my contrary, INFJ's contrarian is ENFP.
INFJ's contrarian is the ENFP because everything's reversed.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so that
More
means
like the inside. Yeah.
NI goes NE, FI goes FE, TI goes TE, SI goes SE.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right. So that's contrary. So, okay, my bad. Your contraries love you and you boot them every time. So my contrary would be I. See, so NI, TE would be INTJ.
Yeah.
I've never had. I have no experience with INTJ women. So I
That's
don't.
Winston's mom.
I mean, but I mean from a romantic perspective. I've never had any romantic engagements at all with any INTJ women, which I would probably suspect is because they're quite rare. So, it's like I'm not naturally going to encounter a whole lot of them. And also because
I love that you're like so taken by the learning about brassiness in hair.
I'm super glad to have a third term to add to body and sheen. And to have the, brassiness is the, what are those cavity monsters that they used to fight in the toothpaste commercials? The muckmouths or something like that?
I don't know.
There were some kind of cavity monsters that used to fight in the Colgate commercials, I think. Maybe called the muckmouths. And you see, now we have a villain in the hair. In the hair solar system of hair terms. Because body and sheen are both good things.
Yeah,
right?
they are.
But where's the villain in this story? Now we have it. The villain is brassiness.
It is.
And we have to avoid brassiness. Do you guys still get gifts po box? I don't know if that
I don't know what that means either.
we got each other gifts. But,
we did.
I mean, it was more like we got stuff we were going to get anyway, and we called it gifts,
Well, yeah.
Right.
Because I knew that he was looking at getting a new camera, and I had the money. There was a sale going on at Best Buy that had the exact camera that we were looking for, and I was just like, let's get that, and that'll be your Christmas gift. And then he gave me the Buffonite. I love it. I think it's so magical.
So if, in fact, an ESI, which is an ethical sensory introvert, would never say it'd be painful as their reason to fear death because of their gamma type, then that's one of the areas in which socionics has ISFPs wrong. And that's one of those things about socionics that I've corrected. It's not that socionics means something different with the type than I do. They're referring to the same set of functions. So it means they've got their understanding of the functions wrong. Now, I'm not saying every ISFP would say that, but I am saying it's more likely that an ISFP would cite being afraid of the death process rather than death itself. Remember, this is a general, very broad correlation as well. It's not something that you can really use to reliably test anybody. It's just something I've observed. But it's definitely the case that if socionics says that would never be the case for an ISFP, then it's one of the things which they've got wrong about ISFPs.
Yeah, so we're gonna put this.
Yeah, Rachel and I want to get this put into a necklace. So maybe it's flat on one side, see? So maybe push it down into some molten silver or something to make a little thing around it that you could put a hole in, and then you put it on a chain.
Yeah.
We're going to go to maybe a jeweler and have them.
Yeah, does anyone else know where we can get custom jewelry designed? The only place that I can think of are those jewelers, that are in do you have you know what I'm talking about? Those flea market places. They have
Oh, you like your jewelry mart?
Yeah,
Mart?
like a jewelry mart. Yeah,
Yeah, we could go down.
exactly.
There's one downtown
Okay.
in the jewelry district.
Oh.
Oh yeah, you do have a jewelry making kit. That's true.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I do, but
That's a lot of TE,
oh my God,
Winston
that's
Small.
so much.
You know, we greatly and immensely value your gifts to us.
Really?
And also, you don't quite know what it means to be TE polar.
I wish, like, because there are some women who, like, some people who know how to, like, do the wire, like, wrap it around and, like, do with exactly, like, the kit that you gave me. And I wish I knew how. I wish I had the dexterity to do that.
Wicked, you need to come in and try to engage a little bit first, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, otherwise you're just meow.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't necessarily need to have my meowed. Why is it not removing it?
No eggnog. We don't have any eggnog. We do have some homemade cookies from my sister and my mom, and milk. So that's pretty Christmassy. I made myself laugh because I thought Rachel would likely spill the kit and you would blame me, rolling on the floor laughing. I don't do those crafty things either. Well, you know, actually, I like the charms in them, and they have, like, letters and stuff, too. And I want to use the letters for, like, tarot readings. You know, like, charms and stuff for, like, tarot readings. So I want to use it in a metaphysical way.
Oh, it does work. Okay. This wasn't showing on the thing. Okay, good. Peppermint bark.
Peppermint bark, like, what?
Peppermint bark is bark from the peppermint tree.
Oh, yeah.
It's
From the
wood.
peppermint tree?
It's wood that you very slowly chew.
Oh. I was gonna say.
It's like peanut brittle, but it tastes like peppermint.
Oh, okay. It's like white chocolate and peppermint.
Yeah, it's not really bark.
Mm.
I don't think there is a peppermint tree. Is there? Peppermint probably doesn't come from a peppermint tree. It probably comes from a peppermint bush.
You know,
Let's
Anton.
See. Let's Google peppermint.
Munter. I think that Eric would be able to explain my TE polar examples better than me, because it's like not fully conscious. Like, I understand that it's like I have frustrations with, like, paperwork and follow through on detailed doings, like making appointments and getting insurance. And
now, if it is the case, Legends Fall, that SC Fourth is clumsy, and I'm not sure that's the case actually, but if it, I mean, it's true that Rachel knocks shit over all the time. So I guess if you call that clumsy, then clumsy, yeah. But
I do run into objects.
Let's say a high knockover relationship with objects. If that, I would agree with for sure about SE Fourth. It's a better term than clumsy because clumsy implies a lot of different things. So the thing is, the reason is because exactly like you say, it's she's not accustomed normally to being an agent in her fourth slot function. She can be an agent in her fourth slot function. In fact, it's kind of how she deals with it most therapeutically. But most of her agency is in the other side of the axis. So in other words, SE is always serving NI, most of her time, therefore, is spent in NI, not in SE. And so it's the same thing about me and SI. It's an absolute value, but it's one that I just don't direct enough attention to. So when I do take a bath, I get a lot of SI pleasure out of it. I just don't do it very often or often enough because I'm not taking good enough care of my SI, you know?
It's amazing though how close SE, or I'm sorry, fourth and eighth slot can be.
I would say I run into somewhat fewer objects than Rachel.
I definitely run into.
She's a little more likely to knock shit over, break stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm likely to as well. There are
You are too.
plenty of occasions. You always know I've done something like that when I say, Eric, you stupid fucking idiot.
Yes.
Because it's my 8th slot too. So when
Oh
it's like when you mess up on your 8th slot, you kind of beat yourself up a little bit.
Do.
Learning to carry weapons is a specific skill because unlike carrying other things, you can only carry weapons with your feet. It's like soccer.
Cam said, Cameron had a question.
Is Cam here?
Yeah.
Hi, Cameron. Oh, hey. Do we want to do that tonight? I'm still expecting Delilah to stop by.
Yeah, we're expecting Delilah.
So I can't really commit to anything tonight. But there was some place I was just thinking about where I totally want to take those things. And we would have a great time. It might have been Vasquez Rocks.
Yeah.
But, I know. No, I was thinking we could do that trail. There's a 2.1 mile trail at Cobb Estates. And that's probably a little bit more hike than Rachel really is enthused about in general, probably.
Well, I used to walk 2 miles.
I mean, yeah,
you
could
as
do
long
it.
as
But
patient with me.
Racetrack Electric Daisy Carnival in Dark. Is that happening tonight? Electric Daisy Carnival in the Dark is happening tonight at the racetrack?
Oh. Electric Daisy EADC? Oh. I used to try to get tickets for that Electric Daisy Carnival. That's so funny.
Oh, they are. They're building an electric carnival right now. Oh, you were saying let's go right around there?
Oh.
That'd be great.
That
Take
would
pictures.
be.
I do want to do this tonight, actually, Cameron. I just I got to find out when Delilah's coming over.
Yeah, can we find out? Can we get back to you?
Yeah, that sounds.
Why don't we? Do you want me to text her?
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, I totally am down to do this. Let's plan to have you just come over here and we'll go do this. But let me just text Delilah to see, so that if like to see whether we should. If she's coming a lot later, then we should like go do it now, or if she's coming soon, then we should maybe do it a little bit later. You know, I need to figure that out. But she doesn't even have to come over here if she doesn't want to. I can't make this happen. Can you call her?
You want me to call her?
Yeah. So can you experience all functions as an agent except for 7th or 8th or just 7th? I'm not sure about all the details of that yet, Oliver Reinhand. That's one of the things I need to figure out. I'm pretty sure 7th is just as an object. And I'm pretty sure 8th is not as an agent. It's as, or maybe not as a subject. I'm not sure. I have to think about it more.
Okay, I'm gonna call her and I'll put her on speaker.
Yeah. I guess I need to more clearly define the difference between agent and subject as well.
Here you go.
Tonight sounds fun, though.
Hello.
Hi, Delilah.
Hey. I don't know if I'll be able to come over today because
That's totally fine. But-
it seems like this week, everyone in my damn family is like causing some damn issues with me.
I'm sorry, baby.
It wasn't really necessarily directly with me, but my mom got into this big fight with like literally everyone. So it was like everyone against my mom. Well, it was like my aunt and Jessica and Izzy against my mom, and then my grandma like defending her. And I was just there, of course, to be expected to be like in the middle. Because like, what am I supposed to do with my mother? Like, I'm on her side, but like, I'm alone here. You know what I mean? I'm like the only one. It's just so hard. And I was like, I don't even know what to do. So I just like, walked away. And, like, Izzy was crying. And, like, I was trying to comfort Izzy because I love her so much. But then, like, you know, like, that's my mom. Like, I'm alone. Like, I don't have any siblings. My mom's like alone in this, you know?
Right. Well, is there anything I can do?
No, it's okay.
I'm sure everyone's drinking. I'm sure too, right?
Oh yeah, like my mom was like, they were like asking mom was like on drugs because she was acting so fucking weird. I don't know what her damn issue is because like, my grandma will like coddle her, so like literally anything she wants, like anything she does is like 100% right, and like nothing my mom can do no wrong in my grandma's eyes, and so my mom was like. Just being a bitch, like unnecessarily. There's a time and a place. Like if you want to like make a statement and start a fight or whatever, it's not the time and place on Christmas Day when we're all about to open presents and everything like that. And so, she started a huge bullshit or whatever, and it's not even necessarily that she was like in the wrong. I wasn't even really paying attention because like I was like talking to Max the whole time, and then the next thing I know is he's crying and my mom's like all mad and like there's just like a bunch of shit going down, and then I went in there and like I was like talking to Izzy, you know, comforting them, and then obviously like Jessica and my aunt and everyone is like shit talking my mom, and of course like you know my mom like obviously. It's not like obviously she did something wrong, but then it's like that's my mother. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have anyone else. You know what I mean? Like I don't have a sibling.
You have me, darling. I mean, you do have me.
Right, but like here, you know.
Right? Yeah, I know.
Like,
in that
and
house.
it's just like it's always like everyone against my mom, and like I understand it obviously because like my mom's difficult or whatever, but like it's like I don't have anyone. You know what I mean? Like I don't have any like siblings to talk about. Like you know what I mean? It's just like hard.
I'm sorry, baby. Well, certainly don't feel obligated to come over here at all.
Yeah, I'm just tired. Like I'm exhausted.
Go home. Go home. Go to bed.
I want to. I'm trying to, but I don't want to leave too early because then my poor grandpa was just like all mad because he was like, I really want, you know, so is Christmas over, you know, does that mean everyone's going home? And everyone's like, no, like we'll stay here. We don't want my grandpa to have like a fucking heart attack or a stroke, you know what I mean? And so, we're just staying here, but I'm trying to like leave as soon as I can and just like, so fucking stressful. Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry.
And we've never
baby.
had like that kind of like where we haven't had like that kind of fight here in the years. Like Jessica and my mom were like straight up like yelling at each other, like yelling, arguing like extremely bad.
You know, a lot of emotions at Christmas. You know, memories come flooding back, stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay, well, yeah, I'll probably, can you text me tomorrow? Because I do really want to give you guys your presents.
Oh, sure. Yeah. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay, thanks for calling me.
Sure. I love you, baby. Be
love you
good
too.
to yourself. Remember to prioritize your own well-being as well. Okay.
All right, that's right. Was there anything else you called me for?
I was actually gonna call to see like if you're still coming over here because I would kind of want to go on this scooter ride with Cameron.
Oh, okay.
And with Cameron and me and Rachel, and we were trying to figure out if we should go now because you're gonna come over later, or if we should go later because you're gonna come over now. If you're not coming over at all, it resolves the issue entirely. So.
Okay, cool. All right, perfect. Then have fun.
All right, love you, baby.
All right, love you too. I'll see you later.
Talk to you later. Bye.
It's exactly what you were talking about when we were driving over there.
Yeah, what was I? I don't remember what I
How
was
they
saying.
were drunk.
Yeah,
like,
the drunks. Yeah, her drunk ass family in Monterey Park. Yeah. Well, that's alcohol for you. It's a hell of a drug.
Damn.
You know, of course, she's upset, but that's also NI fourth. You know, I see it from a distance anyway as that's alcohol for you. And there's not really much more going on there besides that. And she's seeing it as from an SI, I guess, perspective, and it's hurting her badly because her absolute value SI, her experience of this moment is absolutely valued, but she doesn't have any sort of conscious control over making it more that way, I guess. That'd be one. Now,
It just seems like she's like.
But before I forget, let me just say, I need to more clearly operationalize the difference between agent and subject. That's the number one problem I have right now. So whoever was Oliver Linehan, you've got it right. But Legends Fall, you're also right. The definition is not clear enough as to how to operationalize that distinction between agent and subject. And that, in fact, is exactly why I'm currently stuck. And I just realized it right now. So thank you for helping me realize that. Both of you guys. Because both of you guys assisted in helping me realize that I need to operationalize that definition.
Okay, so we're gonna go riding with Cameron.
Oh right, yeah, Cameron, are you still here? We'll call you if you're not. So yeah, we're gonna go. We're gonna take a little scooter ride.
That sounds fun.
With Cameron and go look at some lights. Okay, cool. So why don't you come on over then, bro? Come on over. And we'll live stream till you get here, and then we'll go on our we'll pull some bowls, and then we'll go on our scooter ride.
Okay, I'm gonna get changed then.
All right. Cool.
It'll probably be chilly.
Yeah, it will be a little chilly. Oh, my poor daughter. She's had a rough Christmas season.
She really has.
I'm pleased that we've played no. Okay, come to your house because there's too many scooters. Okay, fine, cool. We'll do that.
Okay.
So I will put some socks and shoes on, some long pants, and we'll get ready to go, and then we'll head on over there in a little bit. We'll roll a couple. I've got this
Yeah.
joint weed here, so I'll roll a couple of joints.
It's gotta be hard for one of them. Yeah, that sounds good. The joints sound good for this trip. Isn't that? I think that is the niftiest little.
Yeah, it is
joint
really
rolling.
nifty. It's really nifty because this is pre-ground, decent hybrid. You know, it's not like house joint weed. And look at this, Cam. Look at this. Magnetized papers. Isn't that neat? Well, I mean, agency is the perspective where you're observing. So if you say, I watched the squirrel run up the tree, you're the subject of the sentence. And the squirrel is the subject of the infinitive phrase, is working as the direct object to the expression, I watched. But watching isn't, you're not really playing any role in what's happening there, right? So agency then is a construction of language in which you're either using a linking verb, I am a teacher, I am a man, or you're using a observation verb, I watched them fight, or I saw meow 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 do meow meow meow. So in that sense, it's a subset of subject grammatically. You're right. Well, I agree, and this is the other thing, Legends Fall. I agree with you that I'm being confusing here because agency implies the capacity to take action. In fact, there are non-sentient agents like volcanoes and chemical reactions, right? So in that sense, I'm choosing to use a form of the word that's confusing because the reason is I just think that agency expresses better the capacity of the whole person to observe than subject does, which expresses more inherently the capacity to act. So I do understand and respect critiques that say I'm being confusing here by choosing agent, subject, object, and using them the way that I'm using them. But I think ultimately, if you understand sort of why I'm choosing it, that you'll agree it's not a bad decision. That's my perspective on that. So anyway, I'm going to split now so we can get ready to go. And thank you all for being here. And Merry Christmas. This was a long live stream too. It was a 3-hour live stream. So
Wow, nicely done. Flew by, really.
it did. Merry Christmas.